It's like we were landlocked.
Yeah, no, it's true, that's
It
right.
was horrible.
Oh, because Chris Deacons. Oh, no.
I don't. Yeah.
Chris Deacons, my friend works for him.
Yo, you're live.
Okay.
TBD.
You're stressing me out right now. No.
I was gonna be there.
Good, I'll be counted first, right at the top. Are we ready? We're ready? We're good?
Science and Mercer.
I'm in the flat.
Yeah, in the back.
So we're on, Andy?
Yep.
All right. Good evening, everybody. My name is Joe Round, the mayor of the Village of Nyack. This is the regular meeting of the Board of Trustees, June 25th, 2026. It's a little after 7 p.m. We are located today at the Nyack Senior Center at 90 Depew Avenue, not our normal village hall. Just decided to try to get out, do something different, get closer to where people might be living. Will you please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. As my remarks, I would normally talk about the 4th of July extravaganza coming up, but I know Joe Carlin's going to do that because he's been doing so much work on it, so I'll leave that to him. I will just simply recount that we had a meeting 5:30 tonight with people that live in the vicinity of Nyack Hospital, talk about some of the issues that come out of living in the vicinity of the hospital, namely challenges for parking, some driving, speeding issues that take place along Midland, as people come and go to work or come and go to BOCES for that matter, as well as issues that might come from when there's some sort of incident at the hospital that involves somebody leaving the hospital, as has happened a few times, and the people in the neighborhood get concerned about being alerted to it. So we're going to talk to the hospital about doing some things to address some of the issues. We're going to do some things on our own in terms of trying to maybe slow down some of the traffic along Midland. So we're going to put that into place. I want to thank all the people that came out. I want to thank Steve Apicella, who works for the hospital, who was there the entire meeting. And I appreciate the hospital participating in it because it definitely adds something substantial to the meeting. All the residents who came out were absolutely respectful and constructive, and we had a great dialogue. It was a good meeting. Joe, you were there as well. You agree with that?
Absolutely. It was a very productive meeting.
It was a very productive meeting. So we're going to get moving on some things. Principally, one of the issues that came out of it that I'll talk about publicly because I think the public should be aware of it, is that we're going to investigate the possibility of creating a permit parking system for that area of the village where you'd have to be a resident of the village to park on those streets. Not necessarily a resident of that area, but that the streets themselves would be permit parking only for residents of Nyack. And to do that, we need to get a home rule legislation passed by the legislature and signed by the governor. So it's going to be a process that's going to start. We'll start it this summer, this fall, and hopefully have it ready for review by our elected officials in January up in Albany. But it's going to involve also going to the public and getting some sort of petition signed that will inform them of the pros and cons of going to this kind of system, and get signatures so that when we do go up to Albany, we can show them some strong public opinion in favor of doing this. So anyway, yes, I will. I'm going to pass the mic now. So that's the end of my comments. I'll pass it on to Pascal Jean-Gilles.
All right, that's really great that was the outcome of the meeting. A couple things, as someone who has gone through parking schemes with the state, we really should consider doing a traffic study. As I had learned earlier this year, it looks better for us to do that, to conduct a study to show what the recommendations are, because it makes it easier to make the legislation pass through. And then, of course, we have to consider the neighborhood and other places where, you know, it can't be the whole village. So we can't have a parking scheme for the whole village. But what I also want to know is, has the hospital looked into providing free parking for its employees?
They do provide free parking. They have a lot up on 9W that has 200 spots, which is free, and you can walk down, or they have a shuttle bus that goes back and forth. But they've said before, we are going to raise it with them again about the new parking structure. But my understanding of that is that they aren't, if they were to provide free parking there, it would fill up at 6 a.m. with all the employees, and there'd be nowhere for patients to park and things like that. So, and also I think they need to pay off for their investment they put into it. They do provide free parking, the 200 spots that they have up the hill, a little ways. But we'll talk to them. We'll find out. But I do think that it's a big lift to get the home rule thing, but I think it's something the village should try to do this year. We just got to do it the right way.
No, I don't disagree with that. We certainly need to do it the right way. I can't emphasize enough that we need to do it the right way. I guess my concern is that, number one, I know this is a new parking lot of this parking garage, but that has been the same line for quite some time to the neighbors there. I understand that there is free parking for 200 spots, but it's often mostly for the doctors. From what I've been told by employees that work there, that some employees are excluded from parking there. And I will say, given things that are going on in the economy and everything, it's not right to ask these guys to continue to have to pay, especially when they're paying their employer. So those are just things I do want to point out. Surely the hospital can free up some more spaces, not all of them, but some more, so that there is more employee parking in the garage and up the street. I understand that they are doing the shuttle. I think that's all great, but I just want there to be a little bit of balance between us exploring doing a parking permit scheme and also the hospital being a good neighbor.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, any other comments from the board? If you have something else you want to add, or Joe?
Then we talk about the 4th of July, the 3rd of
Yeah.
July, 2nd of July.
It's the
So
4th of
weekend,
July
extravaganza.
weekend, the long weekend,
Long weekend.
long weekend. Everything is in process, everything is already finalized. We're gonna have a blast. That weekend is unbelievable. Thursday, the farmers market is giving out free hot dogs for lunch, 250 hot dogs. Then we go to the classic car show starting at 6 o'clock. We're gonna have so many cars. Hopefully we're even gonna get the antique fire engine coming down from Highland Hose. They're coming down. We have music and also the movie Cars being shown at 9 o'clock. Next day, we have the ceremonies at Easter Square starting at 1:30. We're gonna have reading of the Declaration of Independence. We're gonna have the Boy and Girl Scouts are gonna be leading us all in the Pledge of Allegiance. We're gonna be unveiling our time capsule. We're going to be announcing the winners of the high school essay contest. And we're going to have a performance, the League of Extraordinary Women. They're gonna sing a song. Then at 1 to 5, we have the Kids Freedom Zone down at the upper level of Memorial Park. It's gonna be closed off, and there'll be entry through a central location. We're gonna have 4 inflatables, count them, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 inflatables. We're gonna have food, free food for the kids, hot dogs, ice cream, French fries, cotton candy, and popcorn, games. It's gonna be great. And then at 7 o'clock, we have the Swingtime Big Band performing till 9. 9 to 9:15, 9:20, we're gonna have a ceremony led by the mayor with all the recitation of the Pledge of Allegiance and the singing of the national anthem and a lot of other stuff. And at 9:20, fireworks. And looking at the weather, everything looks good. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be in the 90s, so drink a lot of water. But everybody's gonna have fun. And then on July 5th, on Sunday, we're gonna have the football. The FIFA football event. And that also is looking to be very nice. And by the way, we're coordinating together with them, the chamber. We're doing joint radio commercials, and we're doing a joint marketing campaign
With the county.
with the county.
I
Yes,
see, but,
benefit, yeah, that's right. Anyway, that's it.
all right, thank you. Any comments, anything from the board?
I actually did have one question
Yes.
that I forgot about. I know some time ago, I know some time, yeah. I know we talked about having village ID cards at some point. Was that ever put into action? I mean, was there any particular reason why?
I haven't really looked into it mainly for the reasons of bandwidth,
Oh,
and sort of some administrative complexity associated with that.
Is there something that came up with that recently?
well, today's Supreme Court decision
Oh,
came up with that. And we do have a vibrant Haitian community here, so it was just a concern that I remember us talking about early on, and I wanted to just figure out where we were with that.
I remember there was we did a
Yeah.
concern about how it would be perceived.
Right.
This being something where, you know, the government's now requiring an ID card. We would not be requiring anything. We'd be offering people a ID card of their own so that they can do it. But it does,
Staff residency, yes.
it's so we should put on the list of things that we look at. It could be something we handle like we do it once a month or once a week, so it's not, people just walk in and have to get pictures, because it is a little bit of a, it's a little bit of a burnout, a little bit of a burden on the staff at the clerk's office.
No, I agree with that. I know that, like.
Yeah, it's worth
Jennifer
looking at.
done a
And today is a good
presentation
And I would volunteer.
Yeah.
Something.
Okay, all right. All right, let's get, well, before we get to the full agenda, we have a dignitary here that we want to recognize. And that is Tom O'Shea, who is here, who had served. I'm just gonna read, we have a certificate of merit for him here, and I'm not gonna pretend that the certificate of merit is akin to, you know, I'm sure you're happier with your pension and with some of the things that you've got as a result of your 22 years of service, but it's as much as the village can do to express our gratitude. The certificate says, on behalf of the Village of the Nyack Board of Trustees, Mayor Joseph Rand hereby issues the certificate of esteemed merit to Thomas O'Shea. On behalf of the Village of Nyack, congratulations on your well-earned retirement. Thank you for the countless miles, early mornings, and 22 years of dependable service. We wish you a happy, healthy, and fulfilling retirement. Thank you for your service. I just want to say, he told me the story of how he got started, he also served, and thank you for your service to the fire department. We're very grateful for that as well. And when he started with the fire department, he used to be, what was your total weight at the height? 230 pounds, and he lost 30 pounds just becoming a firefighter, going through the training in August, carrying all the equipment. And then as a newbie in the post office, they gave him all the toughest routes at first. So he did a lot of walking up hills, right? And lost a little more weight. And now he's practically rail thin now. So that clearly, we all know now, if we want to get into better physical shape, walking up and down the hills of Nyack is a great way to get it going on. Please come up. We're going to have a presentation. We'll get some pictures taken. You'll take them. They're great. Thank you. We also have a pin that's called the pin with deep appreciation. And we give these out sparingly. They come out when you get a precipice. I don't have one, for example. I don't. I neither do you.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, everybody together.
Oh, let me get my glasses.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for always working.
Yeah.
Very much appreciate it. Thank you all for coming out, your family, that came out today. We appreciate it. And I probably, you don't have to stay for the rest of the meeting. It's okay. No one's gonna.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
it's great to see you, Tom.
It's first.
Great to see you.
That's way.
That's one of my customers too, yeah.
Sort of wish you.
You know everybody.
Congratulations.
One more day,
One more
Tuesday,
day?
Tuesday, and then that's it.
I'll let my
That's
mom
it.
know.
What are you doing? What's your retirement? Where are you gonna go somewhere?
No,
You stay around.
I'm going to Seattle and Dorset, but that's all the place. We're staying in South Ag.
South Ag, all right, well,
Residents.
it is the South, South Ag.
Thank you
I
again.
do I hear the climate stuff back is
Thank you for
very
the
nice.
recognition.
This is our pleasure. Thank you for your service, sir.
We'll miss you.
Those guys work hard over there.
They do work hard and we're very grateful, neither sleet nor hail nor dead of night and all that. It's remarkable, as a comedian once put it, you know, the things that we can't do in this world, but somehow you can put a stamp on a letter and it gets it gets to California in 2 days and it gets delivered to someone's home. It's really an extraordinary thing that how it works.
Actually, that slogan was the architect. That was.
It wasn't even
This
yours.
was never really our slogan.
Oh, okay.
It just stuck when they built
We
the
just put it
building
on
in.
the-
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a nice slogan. Listen,
And we stick, had to adhere to it.
I wish mayors had a good slogan. We don't have a very good slogan. There's not really anything for us that attests to our fortitude and bravery and stick-to-itiveness and all that. Thank you, sir, very much. I appreciate it. Thank you all for coming tonight. And thank you again for your service to our fire department as well. That's another thing that we're very grateful for. All right, let us I will take, before we get to the introductions, we'll take a public comment on any issue that's not on the agenda. When we get to agenda items, we do have public comment that we have for on those particular items. But if there's something you want to bring up, that you want to talk about, we have 2 mics here, and we'll give you a mic and does anybody for public comment? Other than for an item, or when we get to the items, we'll take more public comment. There will also be an opportunity for general public comment at the end of the meeting. All right, let us now, I want to introduce, and why don't you come up so you can address us and address the public. This is Sergeant Holohan from the Orangetown Police Department, who is now the
Let's take this.
Yeah.
Is that worth it? Oh, the other-
How you doing, Mayor, members of the board, Mr. Stewart? I am Sergeant Richard Holohan. I have been with the department for 19 years. Was promoted to sergeant in 2020, moved to records, and Lieutenant Palazo was recently promoted. He was our liaison, and I am taking over that position, learning my responsibilities in that role, in the administrative office. I look forward to working with everyone in the community and especially with Mr. Stewart and addressing any issues that we have. I know recently, and probably a big topic of discussion, is the culvert issue that we had in Nyack. I want to tell you all that it is under further investigation. It's an active investigation. I can't speak too much on it. But the response from the police officers that day was their primary concern was the safety and the and making sure everyone was accountable and we had all the children accounted for.
They did that count about 5 or 6 times. Checked, double checked, triple checked. I mean, they were really on it to make sure that not one girl was missing.
Correct, yeah.
Did anyone go down from the department or EMS?
So
Is that,
I wasn't sure.
I don't think anybody did anybody from the department have to go
Yeah.
into the tunnel?
Like,
I know
also
the girls
check-
came out on their own.
yeah.
Yeah, but I meant did anyone have to go in and triple check when you were counting it?
Oh,
No.
no, they had a
We
roster of who was
Oh, okay,
there.
okay.
They just counted the girls,
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, like that.
Yeah, correct. I was helping out with that at the bus stop as well. And again, the primary concern is accountability for all the children involved. It is under active investigation. It's not closed, and we are investigating further in that issue.
And we do have an issue that we now have to figure out what to do to dissuade people from going into that because it was a big enough of a sensational issue that now people are videotaping. 100 years old. People are now recording themselves going into the tunnel like as a dare and things like that. So we gotta figure out a way. People keep saying, well, put a gate up. We can't put a gate up because it would block the flow of water during a storm. If any debris got caught up in it, so we can't do that, but we have other ways of trying to dissuade people from going in there. And we'll talk about, we also have to determine,
Fines
what
and
kind
stuff like
what
that.
fines and also what warnings, but we are putting a new sign up, right? We're getting a new sign. The other one was defaced. So we have a new sign. Are you want to take some questions about the kind of anything general or?
Sure.
Sure. All right. Does anybody have any question they want to ask? Remember, he's not a policy person. He's a,
I want to welcome you. You have big shoes to fill.
I was gonna say that. Lieutenant Palazo did a decent job.
But I'm sure. Great job. So it's really great that you came tonight to meet us in the community as well.
Absolutely. Thank you.
By the way, when we're discussing the USA 250, Sergeant and what was the other officer's name?
Sergeant Schickman?
We had a conference, like a meeting with Andy and Marie, and we talked about all of the different particulars surrounding the upcoming event. So, very good. But what I wanted to ask is, are we gonna talk about various actions besides signage and other things in terms of permits? Are we gonna be talking about that tonight?
We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. We get to just talk, new business.
Okay, good.
We don't necessarily need the officer to,
No.
the sergeant to.
Okay.
I did, yeah.
Oh,
I'll give you this one. Bill was coming in now.
Also, thank you for serving in our village. I really appreciate it. I know as the weather is definitely getting warmer, where everyone's outside a little bit more. How are things going with the unhoused folks in Nyack? Now that the park benches have come back, have you seen their behavior, or is it too early to tell?
Some of the local indigent population is coming back to the area. I have been working with Rockland Council on Outlaws and Foundations, yes. And we have been doing outreach. He's been a great resource for me to learn the whole process. And we have been talking to various people in need and trying to direct them to the services. It is difficult trying to get people to accept, the help.
Yeah, that's the
And,
problem. It's the challenge.
It really is, but we're doing our best.
Thank you.
I will say, just as an anecdotal, whenever I pass by, I check out what's going on in the square. It feels like the square is that people are using the benches as benches, which is wonderful, and people are taking advantage of them being there, which is great. I do go into the park almost every morning with my dog very, very early in the morning. And I've not seen anybody sleeping in the park for a couple of weeks until this morning. It was the first time when I saw somebody in the gazebo this morning. But so I think that I know a lot of the outreach has been done to try to make sure those people get help that they need and get a better facility to sleep in than out in the elements. So thank you. And please, does anybody ask me that?
question. One of my questions is the county, the bus has been free since COVID, and I know that a lot of people have been coming to our area from other parts of the county. Is that still going to be happening, or is that tapering off the free bus?
I believe it's still happening, and I think it's a testament to the village that people want to come here because of all the resources that are available from the village.
As far as I know, the free bus is gonna continue,
Definitely. There's no particular plans to change the free bus, the free tour bus that goes within the county. So I do want to please, on a very, I think I speak for everybody on the board and on behalf of the village, to express our thanks to Detective Sergeant Palazzolo for all his really wonderful service. And he was always good spirits, no matter what the situation, when he came to talk to us, when we'd see him in the field. So we're very grateful, and I'll make sure I reach out to him separately, but I did want to let you know, and please pass them, and also pass along our best regards to Chief Butterworth and the captains for all the work that they do as well. All right. Thank you, sir. I appreciate
Thank
being
you
here.
so much.
All right, and we have Anthony Serrano from Platinum Security. Anthony, please come on up. Platinum Security is the firm that we've hired, a security firm that has been providing us with staffing for the Nyack Safety Patrol, which is a foot patrol that we added to complement the work that gets done by the OPD. These are not officers of the law. They are there to basically project a sense of order as well as to be eyes and ears. So if anything does come up, they can alert the police. And we're very grateful for their work, and we're grateful to have now you on the team. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
take a bite. How long are you doing this, that sort of thing?
Yeah, so security as a whole, I've been doing security for about 5.5, 6 years. I recently just joined a team for Platinum Security recently. But I mean, Nyack is a lovely town, a lovely people, it's great. And obviously I'm there to support extra pair of eyes and whatnot. But I really like what I do. I feel like I make a difference. Being a physical presence, right? It's like, you know, you see someone, you know, okay, like, there's someone, you know, making a difference. So it's my time doing this has been really nice for me to go and
How many times have you been out?
I'm there 7 days a week.
How many, how long have you been doing this in Iowa so far?
3 weeks.
3 weeks, okay, so it's not 3 weeks, okay, great. Great,
So, Monday, Thursday, 7 to 10, Friday and Saturday, 12 to 6, and then Sunday, 12 to 3.
all right.
Oh, it's the weekend? Was that?
It's weekdays, weekdays. Anybody have any questions?
Yeah, I have, so thank you for the help. I'd like to know if there have been any, did we get a report, any potential encounters, incidents? I haven't seen anything, number one. Number two is, one complaint that I hear is that your personnel are not actually going into the shops, talking to the restaurants, getting to know the owners, the restaurant owners. I think that's something that you really should do. So they know who you are, you know who they are.
100%, and that's been something that has been brought to our attention. So I've been, Torio's, Black Hotel, things of that nature, kind of getting establishment in the business owners and stuff.
We have a lot of businesses, a lot of restaurants that, you really should, your people really should, you know, knock on the door, say, introduce yourselves, and have
Make sure you know, make sure they know you're out there.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. The fact that you have a presence is half the battle. And the fact that it's the other half of the battle is people know that you're out there. Like, that's what I say. Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right, any of us have any questions? That makes well.
Yeah, I actually had a question for us. Is the security team using the little booth by Riverspace or the Fresh Market?
No.
No, oh.
That's the Chamber of Commerce storage.
Oh, okay, never mind. That's all. Thank you for serving.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming, I appreciate it.
I would have that, it would say not control that, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were vest over their clothes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, we don't have a public hearing, correct? No public hearings tonight. We did public comment, we did this. Minutes, does anybody have any comments or questions about the minutes? Can I get a motion to adopt the minutes?
Second,
Any comments or questions?
like the name was, the names are fine?
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Just wanna make sure.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries unanimously, minutes are adopted. Our action items, 7.1. These will go quick, so we can get right to the next issues. 7.1, resolution accepting the audit voucher summary. Can I get a motion?
Second,
Any comments or questions? All in favor?
aye.
Motion carries unanimously. 7.2, resolution to approve a permit application for a basketball event in Memorial Park, August 1 and 2 of this year. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second, Donna motion,
Donna motion and then
Joe second.
say Joe second.
Second.
Comments or questions?
No.
Andy,
for
thank
working
you.
with them.
Please
Yeah.
pass along the thanks for working out the date situation. That's good. I'm glad that they're doing it. I'm glad they got the right date. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries unanimously. 7.3, and a permit application from Jonathan Zumba for Friday, July 17th for a family photo with professional photographer for quinceanera gathering. Can I get on the table?
Motion.
Second.
Any comments or questions?
No.
It's the guy's name is Zumba. It's not a Zumba class, it's a quinceanera. I know, I thought that too. I was like, wait a second.
Making money off the Super Bowl.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries unanimously. 7.4. 7.4, resolution 125. Application from Stacy Scott for an event on July 18th. Can I get it on the table?
Motion.
Second.
This is a wedding vow ceremony for 40 people. They're paying the security deposit. Any comments or questions?
No,
I'm kind of hesitant about proving all of these events because one of the subjects, like one of the agenda items is the fee schedule. And we don't have a fee schedule. And I feel that it's a public resource, the Memorial Park. And I think that we should be charging people for use of the park facilities. You know, if it's for an hour, that's not a bad thing, but there's another application in the new business.
Yeah.
We're talking about a 5-hour event, 4 or 5 hour event. I'm hesitant about doing things like that. Okay, without a fee. I mean, it's a public resource. We do have expenses. And I think that I personally will approve all of these agenda items. But going forward, we have to decide upon a fee schedule. Again, public resources, we should, the village shouldn't be the ones on the hook for all of this stuff.
I do agree. I know we've been talking about it for a while. And this is, I think, like the second wedding that we're now approving without seeing a fee schedule. So, it would be nice to see one as
Yeah,
well.
just to be clear, I've given you the same memo about park fees, I think 3 times now.
Is it in-
We have it on the agenda for discussion. This will be the third meeting. There's a lot to take in. If the village board wants to set a fee schedule, it needs to discuss the topic. Look at the sort of the nuances of it, and I'm happy to implement any fee schedule that you.
And we can talk about tonight, and we do have, we can do it by resolution. I don't need to do it doesn't need to be a public hearing or anything like that, or anything. It's not legislation, it's just, we have the rules in place. Yeah, well, let's get to it when we get to the discussion of the memo. We can talk about the nuances of it, but I think we're all in agreement that we need something reasonable, both because we're getting a lot more requests to use the park. And so we need to find a way, but also, you know, given the recent events, the idea that we make it a practice that if there's an event in the park that someone's got a permit for, that we do have somebody on site that is there to kind of just monitor them for making sure that they're adhering to the rules of the park. And that costs money. And so the person that should pay for it is the person that's getting the permit. So I'm 100% in favor of that. I think it's a great idea, and we should remember, we didn't even require permits 5 years ago. That only came up about 5 years ago. So we're still finding our way through. This is still a relatively new policy, and I think it's a natural evolution of policy to require some payment for use of the park services. All right, so with that all said, any other comments or questions on this particular resolution? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. 7.5, the resolution regarding the schedule of fees, that's 2026-126. Can I get a motion?
motion, second,
This is for changing the fee. We did the full fee schedule. We did a change of the parking fees last time.
Yes.
We did all that
You
last
didn't
time.
say parking fees, so I just want to make sure.
It was parking fees, and we're now specifically addressing the fees for buses that are found in the park without there being a prior permit for the bus to park in the park. And that would be initial violation, $250, increasing to $300 and $350 for late payment at 15 and 30 days delinquency. Any comments or questions about that? This is one way that we can clamp down on people using the park illegally, is that if they use it illegally and they're coming with a bus, that we at least can ticket the bus and get a fee from them that way. And also it's a way that's one of the ways we end up getting alerted if people are using the park without a permit.
The only question that I have is this to help corral it into like where the commuter buses idle?
I'm sorry, I'm trying to understand. You're talking about commuter buses?
No, I'm saying that like, because we don't want the buses in the park. So are we trying to get? them
Or the
to go-
marina.
Or the marina, sorry, not the, yes, but are we trying to, is this the hope to get them to park or to idle where?
We don't want them idling at all.
We don't want
We're
them
not,
idling
we're
at all.
not providing, it's simply a rule that you cannot park a bus in the park, which includes the marina,
Mhm.
period.
Mhm.
There's no policy of sending them somewhere else.
Okay, so what if they decide to be parked
Park
on
on-
Main Street or Broadway? Only because I've seen a few buses parked by like my house near like First Avenue, Third, not necessarily because they're dealing with the schools or anything. I've just like randomly seen buses there at some
Yeah.
point.
I
Is
mean,
that
that's,
still
that would be a
not-
different kind of violation
Okay.
and I'm not sure what it would be.
No, I understand.
Do we know if we've got actual legislation on the books that restricts parking of buses on the street, private buses?
I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah, because that might require actually a public hearing. That might
No.
require like new legislation to enact a rule against
Yeah,
that.
no, that I understand. I was mostly asking for that too.
Yeah, because you're right, people, if they don't park, they just go park on the street,
Yeah.
but they do have to find a pretty big space to park in. And if they park in an illegal space, then we ticket them that way.
Well, I think one of the issues is when we talk about the permit process. For groups of 40 or more. They might request space in the marina for parking their bus.
Right, if this village board
And that's.
issues a permit for a group to come to the park,
Right.
then they need a bus, that would be included in their permit. It would be
Yeah,
legal for them to park in
exactly,
the marina, yeah. This rule is for when they don't have a permit and they're
Park
parking
down.
illegally.
That's perfect.
Okay, and that's $250. What's the fine now?
The item of a bus parking in the park was not actually
It wasn't a violation.
called out in the violation schedule. It's one of many things you can't do in the park with $1,000 maximum fine, things like light a fire,
Okay,
go up the culvert, you know,
Mhm.
cut down a tree, all the different things that are in the park code. They all have the same, in our general code, a prohibition with a possible fine up to $1,000. But the parking system heretofore has not had, like on the handhelds
they
that
didn't have the
our
ability
team
to.
had,
to
there's
ticket
no
somebody.
code for issuing conveniently a parking ticket of this type.
Okay, all right, so any other comments or questions on this? All in favor? Aye. Any nays? Motion carries unanimously. Resolution 127, action item 7.6, appointing Leanne Rice. Or Reese as recreation leader, for the youth recreation program. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second,
We met her last week. We've talked about what she's doing. She'd be hired at a salary annualized to $47,000 to manage a program for youth recreation, seasonal activities and job readiness opportunities for local youth. This is something that when we had passed the cannabis opt-in, we had said that sales tax revenues would go toward things like this. So this is a very good application of that revenue. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
aye.
Motion carries unanimously. 2026-128, resolution 128, action item 7.7, creating the position of a land use board secretary. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Any comments or questions?
Oh, we haven't.
No, we didn't. There wasn't a position for it.
Right,
We're elevating somebody to the position, which is a higher pay position than what they currently have.
right.
Oh, we talked about this.
So we did talk about, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we talked about. So this is the actual resolution
Okay.
allowing for it. Any comments or questions on it?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Action item 7A, resolution 129, permit application for an event in Memorial Park. From Emily King on July 3rd from 6 to 7 PM. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
This is the women's chorus in memory of the suffragettes. They're going to be performing for a period of time during the festivities on July 3rd.
Right.
On the upper level, up after the kids
After the
zone.
kids' freedom zone, which goes from 1 to 5, then we'll be removing everything and there'll be space at 6 o'clock. We have to set a place for them to, it's probably at the corner of the Pew and Pewmont.
Okay,
Because on the other side, the inflatable company will be removing all of the
Okay.
inflators, so that's really the only place.
okay. And they're also going to be performing, just FY, at the event at 1:30, the civic ceremony event.
Is this separate from what the village is all doing with?
Yeah, this is sort of their own. They kind of came at the last minute and said they want to sing at the park.
So that's why they.
And they need a permit, yeah.
Okay.
It's not a village sponsor, I'd say that.
Okay.
Any other comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries unanimously. Resolution 130, action item 7.9, to Adopt a service agreement with Community Pass for a platform for online administration of youth recreation programs. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
So Andy, this is basically an online program to manage youth program activities and signups and things like that.
Right.
Okay. You've tried it out?
It's very popular.
Okay.
We talked with the director of Orangetown Recreation. He highly recommended it.
Okay.
And Leanne has interviewed the folks who represent that, and she feels comfortable with it.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Any other comments or questions? All in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Resolution 131, action item 7.10, to approve a award a contract for the water treatment plant. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
What's the amount for this? Total of $11 million.
Right. Our superintendent of water treatment is here, Tom. I invited him. I figured since it's probably the biggest project the village has ever funded, it might be nice to have Tom represent a little bit.
So, which else, just give us an overview of what this is gonna be doing?
Just come on up.
So,
I'll give you, oh, come on, I'll give you the mic, Steve.
okay, well, I have my document here.
Oh, you wanna,
Yeah.
well,
Let me
you can
just,
bring it up.
yeah, I
This
don't
table right here.
don't wanna leave anything out. So to clarify the amount for you. The contract was awarded to Tomar Construction at a amount of $11,396,000 to be exact. So what was your question or your concern?
Just to give us an overview of what the project is.
Okay, so we're going to be installing building an addition at the back of our water treatment plant, the Leonard Cook Water Treatment Plant in West Nyack. It's going to house activated carbon filters for the forever chemicals. And right now, we're expecting to put shovels in the ground in August, early September. The only hurdle we have at the moment is Clarkstown stormwater program. I'm thinking there's gonna be a 2-week delay before we get that approval. So just so you understand, once this is installed, it's going to diametrically improve the water quality overall throughout the entire system. So this is a generational investment. And it's also mandatory. This isn't something that we can work around. This is by compliance, regulatory compliance. And it's not just Nyack, it's across the country. So where we're at right now is the company's name is Tomar Construction Group. And we are in discussions with Clarkstown regarding the storm water program. And that's pretty much it, unless you have questions.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Hi,
Hello.
good evening, nice to see you.
Thank you.
So how long do you think this project is expected to take?
I'm gonna put 2 years on. 2 years.
Yeah, I will note that when I first started with the village back in 22, was when we first started working on the grant work for this project. So it's been in design ever since then, using H2M services. So it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
And it's very, very complex. There are a number of different sources of financing for it from the state.
Question.
The state's been very generous. So there's 3 different sources of financing, which knocks about $5,000 or $6,000 million out of the total with external funding. And then the water department's ratepayers pay principal and interest on any debt that the water department has. So one of the things that Tom and I and Bill and Kyle have been doing is making sure that the water department budgeting process stays apace their changing kind of needs as far as the costs of these projects.
And to add to the cost concerns, because I have heard that there was some concerns of the original cost compared to the cost being presented today. Again, back when it started, was pre-COVID. Then COVID came along. It affected the supply and, availability. And obviously, when we came out of that storm, there was increases, and that didn't help. Also, what didn't help was the regulatory compliance changes that shifted during that time. And the increase or the, I call it the exquisite pivot of lowering the requirements or the mandates, you know, from the regulatory agencies. And we then had to move with our engineers to redesign to meet these compliance standards. Again, adding time, adding costs. And that caused the escalation, which I believe is now, what was it, 12,200,000? So that's an explanation for that.
I have, two questions. So let me understand, the total cost of this project is $11,396,000, correct?
I wouldn't say it's total. That's what the bid amount was.
Just a bit amount.
Correct.
Okay, good. We received grants of 3.7 and 4.7 million dollars. So does that reduce the amount?
Yes.
So
They're gonna pay for part of it.
you're gonna say for part of it. Right, so basically the net result would be
6 or 7.
6 to 7 million.
Correct. Give or take again, and again, I offer the give and take,
Yeah.
because
Of course, there are
we may have some changes that have to be.
unknowns and, you know,
Exactly.
change orders and all
Correct.
other things like that. Correct. Yeah, it just needs to be clear, I think, for everybody that we know what the actual net cost is going to be. Now, the taxpayers, the water.
The ratepayers.
The ratepayers, they're the one, so you're going to increase fees. You amortize this cost over a period of time and back that on to the ratepayers, right?
So the two may be independent from one another. I do know that the Board of Water Commissioners has voted to increase rates. I try to stay out of the bonding grant and.
Yeah, I can answer the question.
Financial side.
I mean, whenever we finance a project, it's over somewhere between 10 and 30 years. And so the cost of, and it's basically you're paying principal and interest on that debt annually for the period of time until you've completed the payments, like having a mortgage on your house. So the cost is spread over time.
It's amortized over.
Right.
Now, the question I have is, the ratepayers recently got an increase.
Okay.
Right? Are you front ending that with the cost of the project, or are there going to be an additional rate increases?
I would say this to you. I foresee that there would be more increases, and let me encapsulate that. Currently, and again, if I'm misquoting, I'll correct it. It's my understanding that within the village of Nyack, the cost of a gallon of water is 1.5 cents. Compared to others outside of Nyack at 80 cents to $1.30.
So we're in the range. Full general range of, we're not an outlier.
No, but at a penny and a half, any increase, I think, can be sustained. And it would be beneficial. So to do any of these generational changes and improvements for the purpose of water quality, even if it was 20 cents a gallon, and again, this is just my personal feeling, or 25 cents a gallon, that's a bargain. You struggle trying to improve infrastructure at a penny and a half.
Yeah, I understand. I think that it's on the water department, because this is a regulatory requirement,
Yes,
that we have to do this.
yes.
You need to communicate that to the ratepayers. When you do another increase, to start paying this. So people just don't feel paying out of the bill, these are reasons.
Yeah,
So you need to communicate, I'm not
Yeah.
saying you personally.
no, I understand.
But the water board needs to communicate this, why they're doing it, and people will understand, because people complain about it.
Well, and I'm not clear that the rate increase is to cover what we're doing. This is something completely separate. Now, the rate increases may cover other needs that we have. And I brought it with me, I don't know if everyone's aware, but on our website, we have the water quality reports that I have to do annually. And in there, I do explain what we are doing, to address some of these issues.
And I do want to point out too, just not to interrupt you, Joe, what you're asking for is why we conduct rate cases. It's required notice that you have to let all the ratepayers know that their rate's going up. You have to have hearings about it. There is a process, and in that process is where the explanation comes on why your rates go up. It's the same process that Orange and Rockland goes through, Con Edison, Suez, Veolia, all of our utilities go through the same process, and it's conducted through the Public Service Commission. It does slightly look different because we are a municipal water source, but the process does exist. So I do want to just point that out.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Sure.
It's one of the things I get a lot of people asking me about that. And I know what the reason is, but I tell them it's a regulatory requirement. They say, well, the room will do it, but it's something that I think the water department needs to be more forthcoming in the questions. That's it.
No, I understand, I appreciate that, and, I have something to give to the board that I think is more towards, executive session, where I can go into a little more detail on some things, not withholding from the public. But yeah, I get your message.
And by the way, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Running that on the water, and whenever there's a break or maybe something happens, I always see you out there.
Thank you. That's my job.
Yeah.
Take your time.
Yeah.
Anybody else? No, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, if there's no other comments or questions, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, any nays? Motion carries unanimously. Congratulations, you got your 11 point whatever million, 11.4. That's a big moment.
Yes.
So that's why I made sure we had any nays. Anybody wants to be on the record, get on the record now.
It's 6 million.
It's 11 million but yes, we're getting grants for part of that. Resolution 132, action item 711. To authorize hiring of seasonal employees. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
All right, so this is to hire some seasonal people for the park. Mostly the park, right? So it's all the park?
The resolution is kind of retroactive for the 2 seasonals we hired for the DPW already. And then proactive for the 3 individuals for the parking authority we're trying to bring on board. We did advertisement, we interviewed, we have 3 candidates. They have to go through civil service approval. And but they're basically ready to go pretty soon. But it's a formality that the village board understands and knows that we're using seasonal laborers, and there's a process we go through for hiring.
Okay.
Well, maybe I should let ask me this question, but I have a question because we know that Rosa is gonna be leaving. Right? Oh, I should.
We all leave at some point.
Right. But I'm talking about her replacement, like, are we thinking about getting somebody in? Being proactive to get somebody in, because she has a lot of knowledge and does a lot of things other than waiting until, a couple months before she leaves. What's the plan for that?
The plan is essentially when she announces her departure, we have a very good relationship. She'll give me plenty of warning.
Mhm.
And we'll scurry around and try to find a replacement and get that person trained under Rosa's leadership before she has a chance to take off. If we have to, we'll drag Rosa back in here as a consultant and solve problems in that way too, which is pretty
Right,
good.
that makes me feel good because I know there's a lot of information there.
There's a lot.
Sure.
There's a lot. It's actually a lot of complexity. I'm spending a lot of time on parking administration lately. And there's a lot to learn and explain about that.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question about the parking authority and the seasonal employees. So are we gonna have a person in the park every day? Or are we gonna have a person on call, maybe goes every so often to the park? For the summer months?
So I'm happy to give you more details in terms of coverage once I have their schedule set up with Matt. But my intent is to have basically usually typically the parking authority has two part-timers during the summer. And they're in the marina and walking the meters, and they switch back and forth week to week. The marina person doesn't actually issue tickets. They're there to monitor traffic and call if they need help. In this case, we want to add a third person who'll be mostly focused on the park, but would also be able to sub in on the marina as needed. And so I think with those three part-time schedules, we will have daily monitoring of the waterfront. It won't be obviously 24/7 or even 12 hours a day, but we'll try to focus on when we think the activity is highest. And I'm hopeful that with the flexibility that we'll also be able to call people just to respond when we need them, whether they're at work at that minute or not. But we're experimenting a little bit. In past years, I honestly haven't as actively managed those part-timers personally to make sure they go to the park. But this time, those conversations are beginning with the interview and the hiring process, and with Matt, with the understanding that their job is not just to stay in the marina, but it's to walk across that bridge and monitor the waterfront park, walk through the playground, go over the splash pad, go over the brook, check, see if anybody's sleeping over there, make sure people are, following park rules and so on. Like, it's really a hybrid position between the parking authority, waterfront management, and the waterfront park kind of people management.
But you assume that, you think there'll be somebody there during the day, doing that job?
Like I said before, Joe,
Yes.
that's the intention, but until I have the schedule nailed down, I'm not gonna
Okay.
tell you which hours it is.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
I have another question, the seasonal employees. They start when, and is it through Labor Day?
Roughly through Labor Day. We have one college student whose college will start up in August sometime, so
Okay,
they're variable.
yeah, okay, thank you.
All right, anybody else? Okay, call the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries unanimously. We're done with the action items, or at least the resolutions. The OPD, we've already talked to the sergeant, village administrator report. Oh,
Sergeant, Colin has been sitting there very patient.
does he want to come give a report?
No, you have nothing else for him?
I'm sorry, please, you go. I should told you that before. I hope you enjoyed our conversation about the water treatment plant. Thank you, sir, very much. I'll let you get back to work.
And again, very nice
Yeah,
meeting you.
Thank you sorry we didn't make that clear to you. I didn't see you out there. I've been
Give your report.
looking at my
Well in
paper.
advance.
You owe me one, Sergeant.
Yeah,
Don't listen to
that
it.
was the up to the police. Come on. All right, village administrator's report. Thank you again, Sergeant.
Yeah, be
Thank
safe
you.
out
Yeah.
there.
Thank you.
But there's
He's communications.
Just one or two.
We can skip to this communication. Let's skip to it. I didn't realize there was some communications. All right, so let's, why don't you come up? I don't know what your issue is. You are for which issue?
Emmanuel.
My name is Emmanuel Graham.
Graham, okay, so 11.1.
We'll use the little handheld things. A little wire.
Thank you, trustees, for allowing me to be here. My name is Emmanuel Graham. I put in a application for a park permit to use to hold my wedding on the day of the 25th of July. For the event, it's approximately 2 to 3 hours. Technically, my wife and I, we are already married legally, but we wanted to have the actual ceremony. I wanted to deliver that actual experience to her. And we were recommended by a friend of my mom that lives in Mawa that this would be the best place to hold the wedding during the summer. So, needless to say, the ceremony, we're just going to say our vows, take a couple of pictures with our family and friends, and then we're just going to be on our way.
Oh, so the time period, explain the time period.
The time period is between 4 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Yeah, and 50 people?
Are you?
Approximately.
I think there was some confusion earlier, so
Yes.
you're having you're taking this is your wedding ceremony is what you're having, not your reception, this is your ceremony.
Yes, sir.
So there's gonna be people there as we get ready, or as they, they'll line up, or whatever. If it's at 4 o'clock, they might start showing up. If it's 5 o'clock, they might start showing up at 4:30. Grab a seat. You do the ceremony at 4 for as long as the ceremony lasts. It's not a particularly overly long ceremony. It's not any particular, so it's vows and some comments by the officiant. And then that's the end of the ceremony, and then you pull up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, so why is there, you're not sure when you want to do it, so you want to pull a 3 hour window, or?
Well, I accounted for a 3 hour window just to have enough time to actually do the ceremony and also to have at least like 30 minutes to an hour just to clean up. So we'll be done.
Okay. Except for our discussion earlier, probably smart pounding us.
What are they saying?
Yeah, we've had this is nothing about you, it's just about the fact we've had a significant increase in the number of these types of requests, and at some point the park becomes a little bit overburdened with them, that the park is supposed to be used for general enjoyment, and the more private events that we have there, the tougher it has. And so when it says 3 hours, that becomes a little bit unnerving, like because it felt almost like it was gonna be more of a reception and a ceremony rather than just a ceremony. So, all right, this isn't a resolution today.
Well,
What's
it's
the
a,
event?
it's a case where
We have
if
to do the
the
resolution. on the
gentleman
spot.
is gonna have any planning ability at all, he's gonna need to get a decision tonight.
All right, yeah, because we don't meet for another month.
Well, on the permit, it's written waterfront.
So initially, we wanted to have the ceremony at the waterfront. I was highly advised by Mr. Andy Stewart to actually go to the park first and actually confirm if he wants to be there. And I sent an email to him to let him know, I believe it was on this past Tuesday, that we did go to the park and we actually decided that we wanted to have the wedding at the gazebo.
Okay. Makes more sense. Makes more sense. And you'd be getting just all the changes. The park didn't look like that a couple of months ago.
Really
You didn't see the park back before it was redone,
But it was still.
or when it was in the process of being redone. All right, any other comments, questions?
No, well, I'm thinking that being that we were talking about this, what we're gonna do going forward, you might be getting in on the tail end before.
Well, we have to have the policy in place first. but-
Yes, exactly.
So there will,
So-
at some point in the future, there will be a fee for doing this. I think that's pretty clear. We're gonna do that in the future, but we don't have it in place now.
No, so.
We do have a security deposit requirement that we have
Right.
allowed, so we can make the security deposit requirement. So you gotta be careful, we put the chairs down, you put them on grass. If it's wet, you might wanna really think about not putting the chairs on the grass, because they can create divots in the grass.
Can you tighten the window? Because I see 4 to 7, 3 hours. Can you tighten it up, let's say? I mean, some of these other applications, you say you want to use it between 4 and 5.
Right.
That I could understand, but a 3 hour window,
Do you know when the wedding is supposed to be? Do you have a date for the wedding? Have you?
July 25th.
No, I mean the time.
The time
Yeah.
4 p.m. to 7.
Well, when you tell people to be there at the wedding, what time are you telling them? You're not telling them to be there from 4 to 7, you're telling them to be there the wedding's gonna be at
The wedding's starting at 4 p.m.
4 p.m. Okay, so 4 p.m. So what we should do is we should give him 3 to 5. You're not gonna need it till 7, but you need it beforehand, you need to set up. So you don't be setting up chairs while people are arriving, you want the chairs set up beforehand, so
Yes, sir.
3 to 5, all right, thoughts?
I'm not really sure how comfortable I feel with this. I guess I'm just thinking of like last year's experience. I know we had 2 different events on the same day, that I understand. I guess it just makes me feel a little bit uneasy because like of the public aspect of it. I mean, yes, it's not exclusive use if it's all those needs, but it just makes me a little bit nervous because, you are having a wedding, you're not gonna want people screaming and like the shouting in the background and things, like that's sort of where I'm like.
You can't do anything about that, actually.
Yeah.
I
like,
don't
you
mind
can't-
that at all.
right,
I don't
right, so
mind that.
that's kind of
People
where
playing
I'm a
basketball,
little-
they've got music, you can't.
I'm a little iffy on
They
that.
don't give you, we will try to, if you have a permit to use the gazebo, we will try to encourage people to give you some space. And also, if you get there early enough to stake it out.
About your wedding.
Yeah,
But
that's
people
kind of
generally-
like it right there is that. we're encouraging people to give space, and I'm just that's what I guess makes me a little bit nervous, because it feels a little wishy-washy.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question?
Yeah,
Is there any way you could do it without 50 chairs?
Yeah.
Because the delivery of those chairs requires me to organize to have the gate open, get cars in and out, just for you and not let other people in.
Yeah, right.
It's a little bit of a hassle. And also it sort of occupies the space differently. But a large family group standing in front of the gazebo, flowers and two people having a romantic moment seems much more kind of straight to the core of the thing. So I'm just wondering.
I'm more than flexible.
Right,
That's the part.
why don't we?
I appreciate that. I do.
My suggestion is this, why don't we make it from 3 to 5, if he's doing it at 4, he doesn't need it till 6. If there's not gonna be any chairs set up, he doesn't necessarily, but we'll give him an hour before the ceremony to like stake his claim and get people there and whatnot. And then some time afterwards to, please, if you use anything, if you throw, what do they throw now? They don't throw rice, they throw
Like flower petals.
flower petals that if they're not biodegradable, you pick them up. So you have some time to do that. But no chairs. That's the comment.
It feels like.
No
it
chairs
makes-
except for
it
if
makes-
you have people that
Right, they're probably.
have needs. If you have physical needs, you can bring some chairs, but not 50 chairs.
No problem.
You all right?
I think you have to establish a limit other than.
Maximum 10 chairs.
Disabilities Act will determine
Right.
whether or not someone who's disabled can bring in some type of
Okay.
chair, wheelchair, or just some type of chair.
How many chairs do you think you might need for people that might have some mobility?
It may be some elderly.
They don't have to be disabled. They can just be people that
I
are
was just saying,
elderly.
don't even address that.
Yeah.
Address it, because under the.
All right, so anybody who needs a chair, we're not gonna authorize chairs, but if you need chairs, you bring a chair for
We'll bring
someone.
the chairs, yeah. I was gonna supply the chairs.
Okay.
I was gonna suggest, Mr. Mayor, you establish it, I would suggest establishing a clear limit on just regular chairs. If persons who are disabled need some type
That's why I
of
said
seating.
besides, how many chairs would?
Yeah, I mean,
Say 12.
How many?
Up to
Oh,
20.
no, there's no, I'm just,
You said
pick a number,
12.
I'm just suggesting you should establish a limit, so manual at least has some guidance.
Sure.
as far as
The old people are gonna take the chairs and everybody else stands up.
All right,
With the exception that this does not include the disabled needs.
okay,
Yes.
all right,
Let's say 12.
all right, you're okay with, all right, so let's do that. We gotta move on.
I do
And-
appreciate your flexibility.
I would suggest
I understand.
Yeah.
addressing Andy's concern. How many chairs, these folding chairs, can you get into an SUV? You know, or 2 SUVs?
Like 12.
Like 12.
So you know, so this way you don't
Right,
have.
and then he's gotta schlep them across the
You
bridge.
have to schlep them across the bridge from the
You
marina,
know, it's like.
which is what we do quite honestly when we do the 9/11 ceremony. I always bring them across the bridge.
Right.
I do.
At least that's traditionally what I've done, just like I carry this thing across the bridge too. All right, I'm gonna read out a resolution. A resolution is, this would be resolution 26-133. And that'd be a resolution providing for a permit for Emmanuel Graham for Wedding and Memorial Park on Saturday, July 25th, 2026, from 3 to 5 p.m. for up to 50 people, with the proviso that he can have a dozen folding chairs maximum, and any chairs that are needed for people with mobility issues. There's an August 8th rain date. And any other issues I have to put in for? the resolution?
$150 security deposit,
How much?
$150.
$150 security deposit for any damage to the park
At the gazebo.
at the gazebo. And with the provision, just be aware, we do not guarantee exclusive use of any facilities. So we can't guarantee that you'd be able to have it. All right, is that resolution clear?
Yeah.
Can I get a motion for it?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, motion carries unanimously. Congratulations, Mr.
Yeah,
Chairman.
yeah,
Good luck.
congratulations.
Best wishes for
I
you
know.
and your fiance.
He had his face.
And I gotta tell you something?
If you need an officiant.
Yeah.
I don't know where the hell I am on Saturday, July 25th, but I can officiate in the village of Nyack. I will tell, Andy probably told you it was a good idea to come down. Very good idea to be here. I think that it made a difference that you were here, so thank you for coming.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank you
for
very much.
Thank you very
being
much.
flexible.
Have
So-
a beautiful day.
Joseph Hart said marriage is our last best chance to grow up, so that's the way I felt when I get married, and I wish you the same.
I appreciate it.
It's the best.
So.
Last best chance, last best chance.
I never wanna grow up, so,
All right.
yeah,
Thank you very much. You can bring it back to Mike.
Thank you.
thank you.
All right, so we handled that, and nobody else is here for any other issue. You don't stay for the rest of the meeting. Don't be like a sergeant. Yeah, you gotta get out while you can before you hit me.
Yeah.
Don't talk fast, say it.
Sorry.
Great.
It's going great.
I'll make sure it's tough as I say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's all. I just. Well, that's the way.
It's tough. We had five. It's a lot of really just make it. This is the time of year that we took it back. I know. You looked at it like.
Take care, stay calm.
Have a great day.
Yeah.
Take care. Tell your fiance you made this happen personally.
Oh, yeah, you
Yeah.
You can replay the tape. This is on board.
I have her on the phone right
now. She can watch the video. It's on YouTube. All right, have a great day. Good luck. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, so you bring happiness to people every now and then.
Yeah, it's great. Once we have something.
We brought happiness. Tom got it. He got it. He wanted. Marriage guy got it. He wanted. We've been like.
33.
Today's the day.
I mean,
We're
listen,
making
Eager
it
to
rain.
please, eager to
this is
please.
what happens in the wonderful village of High.
This happens when we're at the Sears Center. It just brings good mojo for us.
It's the tablecloth.
You should come here. This is the
Every
day.
come down, you see how much the people really appreciate it. They want to be here to see us.
Well, no, they're all
Full
at
house.
the block party. Getting burgers and hot dogs.
You should have done it at the block party.
That was, yeah, that was where they're like, gee.
All right, Andy, departmental report.
There's two other communications items. Do you
Oh,
want
you want to do that? No, it's
Yeah,
different.
no, let him have that.
Nikki Owens wants to do a permit for August 26th.
Right.
We'll absolutely do this, but let's get a
Yeah.
resolution on the next meeting, right?
Is it,
Well, actually, let's just,
Well, let's just
it's
do it.
it's August and we have one of a meeting for months. Let's just do it.
no, but is it something specific? I just, oh,
Dance
that's
for
what it
dance.
is, okay,
That's
okay,
gonna
yeah,
fit.
yeah.
All right,
Motion.
resolution, this would be
Oh, sorry.
134.
Yes.
134, a motion for a permit for Nikki Hines for the Center for Safety and Change, Cheese Memorial Park on Wednesday, August 26th. Time to be determined.
her application says from 5 PM to 10 PM,
All right,
possible food truck.
5 PM to 10 PM with,
Yeah, she's talking about,
let me just say this, Andy, resolution is just gonna say, we give authorization, a permit to authorize her to use the park, details to be determined with, we're just giving discretion to Andy Stewart to work out the details of the use of the park.
What time do we close the program? 11 or 10?
That
Yeah,
time of
okay.
year, we close at dusk, right?
Yeah, it does.
Which is like 9 o'clock.
Oh, okay,
So the permit would now,
That's an apparent-
maybe up a little after in the park.
okay.
security deposit.
Security deposit. It's a long time.
Do you want staffing there for this one?
I mean,
That's exactly what we're gonna be talking about tonight.
someone's probably gonna be.
Yeah, we would be approving this at the next meeting when we might already have a thing in place, so let's make it, well, it's also with the Center for Safety and Change, so I don't wanna stick them with
Well,
it.
that's exactly why I want you guys to be talking
Big
about this.
bill.
Right.
Yeah.
Because when you start creating fees and you start waiving them, we need
We
some.
waive them for nonprofits located in the village, which this is not.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's not a problem.
Let's,
How many people own?
5,200.
Here's the thing, I think, I would have to say that we're probably gonna need someone anyway, because isn't someone already down there around dusk? Just around the park, making sure that nothing, like, if we go out, if need be, all that usual
the
stuff.
cops usually come by, but they're
Oh, okay.
not always the actual closure of the park.
And.
All right,
This is why
Let's
that big
authorize that.
boring memo is on your desk, is to go
All
through
right,
these
Andy,
questions.
all right, no, okay, we got it, yeah, you're upset that we didn't talk about the memo last time, I got it.
I'm not upset. I just don't want you to approve an event. No, I'm trying to make the point that
I got you.
if you approve the event, assuming things that haven't been discussed, I don't know whether you want me to charge
Tell you what,
10%
let's
change
Next month,
for staffing for during their event, for example, or do you want to waive? that?
Andy, unofficial, give her the approval for the date so she can start marketing
Okay.
it. We'll work out the details next month. We get a resolution next month. And by then we'll have talked about fee schedule. And there will definitely be, if we have a fee schedule in place for it, there would definitely be a fee for this because it's going to require staffing.
Yes.
And it's not a nonprofit located in the village, which is the one exception I would make. I would make an exception to fees for nonprofits located within the village. That's what I would do.
Didn't they just open an office in the?
Oh, shoot, you're right, they did. Yeah, okay, so they
I
would.
mean,
be
she's got
exempt
9
from that.
Johnson Lane on there, but.
Nine
They're
Johnson Lane is, they have an office in.
they're right next
They have an
door.
office next door to us.
Well, nothing on nonprofits, but I know they do work, but they also do that money, so that's why I don't feel.
All right, so we'll take it up,
bad.
we'll take it up next meeting, and just
But
let her know
yes.
she has the date. Are we good with that?
Yeah.
Is there anything else happening on that date?
Not too shady or anything.
It's like a Wednesday or something.
Yeah.
No, I don't mean to be shady.
Is, all right, is,
Yeah, it's a Wednesday.
we've now established that Pascal hates nonprofits. It's okay.
Just feel like it's all a business model meant to help people like municipalities, so I'm just
Okay.
saying,
All right,
I
we
like
will,
nonprofits and us.
all right, and tell them they got the date.
Okay.
Tell them they got the date. We're gonna
Sure.
details the next meeting, so they
Absolutely.
get the formal permit in the July meeting.
Sounds good. Should I do the same with the bike ride for the,
Yeah.
What do they need from us?
nothing?
Oh,
They just
wanna
wanna
ride.
ride through,
Through.
just like the Grand Fondo, only smaller.
Yeah, just, what time are they doing that? Oh, they don't have a timeline.
Oh, wait, no, this is nothing.
It's typically kind of in the morning.
Yeah.
These are,
Parks and like, I'm thinking they're gonna ride through the park.
No,
Oh my
they're
God,
just.
no, they're driving.
it's like the Grand
Fair
Fondo.
Mountain.
Yeah.
All right, yes, that's, what's that? That's October. Yeah, set up for next meeting.
Yeah,
We'll look at a resolution, work out the details for the resolution.
Okay, is that it?
That's it for
That's it,
communications.
communication.
Oh,
Back to
good.
Andy's.
Oh.
Well, let's just make sure, do we have a village clerk report?
No,
Sir,
yes.
I think, it's not so easy.
Shady.
I like having it on the schedule so I can cross it off very quickly. All right, A2.
A couple of things.
Pick the
One,
mic. Oh, no one's here. Talk.
Catholic Charities has found an outreach worker for NIAID.
Yay, that's-
And they're going to introduce them to us soon.
Okay.
The training.
I don't know anything about the person other than they met the qualifications of the job and Catholic Charities is happy about it. So we'll find out more about that as soon as Stephen Pappas does the big unveiling. We got our gem car
Yes, It's here.
delivered.
obvious to look like. It's on the
I keep
front.
asking them, is it coming? Is it coming? Because originally they said 6 months and they didn't respond and then it just showed up.
My mom was so thrilled to
In the
use
back?
that on 4th of July.
So-
Was it July?
It's at the
We're
DPW.
gonna try to get it actually.
Is that what it's gonna be?
And we right now, we are sort of dodging asteroids, trying to get through motor vehicles and get it registered. We get plates on it, so it's legal. We did find out from our insurance company that we don't actually need a commercial driver's license to operate this thing. So Joe is very excited to jump behind.
First ride, buddy, first ride. Behind the wheel. You get a hat, you can be in the car, you can be in it.
I want to do a little donut and
You
Marie.
know what?
You can do
We
a
should have
fast
gotten the
ride.
rooftops, like megaphone speaker. That would have been great.
Yeah.
We have the
Can you
karaoke.
drive and
Right up and down like
Yeah.
I am going to,
The ice cream thing, like the ice cream guy.
so now
You'll
we
get
have some work to
complaints.
do. We should talk
we have
in
some
terms
work we
of
gotta
graphic
figure out.
design,
We have a,
routing and logistics and
we
things
have
like
a
that.
proposal from a company called Circuit that runs these services and runs New Rochelle's gem car, it runs gem cars across the country. They were too expensive for us, we didn't want them to run ours. Because it was like $250,000 a year. So they are going to, they've made a proposal to us to license software from them that would then be the app. You would use the Circuit app to be able to access and get a ride and find out where it is and do the Uber type stuff where you know where the shovel is and how far away it is from you and how soon it's gonna pick you up and stuff like that. So we're finished. They weren't ready to they made a proposal, but we still haven't done the demo yet. We didn't thought we had more time and all of a sudden it's coming on. In the meantime, we're going to figure out a sludgy workaround for people to be able to call. Or it might just do a lower loop. And we're gonna try to have it in service for July 3rd, July 2nd, and July 2nd, we're gonna put it out among the classic cars. It's gonna be out there for people to look at.
Oh,
Yeah,
which is-
no, Joe, just, I want to set expectations.
Yeah.
We do not have a license plate for it yet. It would-
They said we didn't need,
oh, no, that's not correct at all.
they were wrong about that.
Yes,
AKA,
So
it's
she's
not
been
ready.
for 2 hours, they gave her the wrong information?
yes.
All right, so I'll get a
I'm
license.
not gonna give you all the details, but we've been,
All right,
it's not gonna be ready on July 3rd.
oh, it's not gonna be ready out there?
Because it's just,
That's next week.
I hear you.
I'll tell you, so
Do I need?
The motor
license?
vehicles has a technical assessment team, which Emery Tilsty found after making several phone calls. We got through to them. They are the ones that get to say whether it can be on the road or not. They couldn't find the VIN for this vehicle in their database of approved vehicles. I spoke with a manufacturer who said, I sell these in New York all the time. I'll give you the paperwork you need for that, Andy. So we got to get that. We got to go back to motor vehicles,
To the team.
get a license plate, get it on our insurance, which we can do that just with the title, I think. But there's some steps, and I just want you to
If we
understand,
don't make it, we don't make it, that's fine.
we're going as fast as we can, but
It's okay,
If
don't,
it's
don't,
an-
we're going before the July, like honestly, yeah.
July third.
Love that.
it's not gonna be available in July.
That's what we said. If it's available, we'll use it to the best. We already decided. The question is whether we'll actually have it available on that day. If not, I can have my minivan. I'll just take my.
And you said a graphic, we need a graphic design.
Because a graphic wrap with cool colors and sponsor logos and Nyack and
Mhm.
Hoppy and it's a rabbit, I'm not sure what.
No, it's gonna be mostly
Okay,
advertised.
just
It's gonna be
kidding.
mostly advertised. To pay for it.
Yeah, that's.
I will tell you, I got a call from the village administrator of Sleepy Hollow yesterday. Very excited about Hoppy and wanting to know sort of how to get one and what the issues were and stuff,
So
so.
who went from the village?
Say-
mayor or
Sleepy
the-
Hollow from the village administrator,
Village administrator. I know the mayor there, so I'll talk to the mayor about it.
yeah, but their mayor must be. The word's gotten around.
I guess.
Where's getting around? Well, they have it in, they have the exact thing in New Rochelle. They have an established program they've had for 5 years there. All right, so Hoppy's here. What else we got?
The cities can do things.
We can do anything in the city.
Okay.
Sure. Dan,
It's small, it's small.
I won't be pushed.
All of the things that cities are allowed
Never
to
mind.
do.
I'm not talking legal.
I usually give you kind of a capital project update. So the bids for this building's roof and HVAC are out. I forget when they're going to be open in a week or two. We had a walkthrough with architects and engineers and plumbers and we're on course to get that project going. But we're not going to know the construction costs until the bids are in, and we'll bring that to you. Probably on July 23rd, actually, we'll have everything together by then. Construction will be in the fall when it's not too hot and not too cold, and we can turn off the heating and cooling for a while. The High Avenue massive trench is inching its way towards completion.
Saw that.
They're probably about 50 feet in like several weeks from the end zone. But it's coming along and they haven't struck gold or oil or even a massive boulder yet, so they're doing okay.
Oh, you just did it. You did.
Yeah.
It's too late. Just go rap on that piano. Oh, you just put it up in reverse.
I know, and Boulder.
The Orange and Rockland folks are pretty much dominating Depew Avenue right now with their gas line project. So there's some coordination going on around that. The Safe Routes to Nyack Middle School sidewalk project is also inching its way towards initiation. We're having a pre-construction meeting tomorrow with the engineers and the contractor Palladino, who we like a lot. Palladino did all the work for the ARPA grant in the park, the walkway, the stuff around the playground and so on. So they're very good. So that will be probably a few weeks before they start actually working, but there's going to be some progress on that very soon. We're probably going to want to run another community meeting just because of the extent of that project to give people another chance to understand if it's their side of Summit Street or the other side of Summit Street, or and to raise their last minute questions about their tree or their little flower bed and fences and all the other kind of questions that come up with these projects. So we're gonna make progress on that. I'll leave it there for now. Oh, I wanted to actually, let me mention this. The Rockland Green, I don't have sort of the memo on this yet, but Rockland Green, I think I did mention this, and we had a presentation, maybe Marcy came in. They're making their way towards offering curbside food waste pickup. And I don't yet have the terms under which such a program will work from them, so I'm trying to get more information. But there will come a time when this village board will need to kind of decide whether to move forward with that or not.
See, complication being that it would be basically paid for by a grant for a period of time.
Right, the
Yeah,
first,
which we don't-
first year or so, they'll pay the Carter from their grant. Then at some point, this service could be made available to everybody. They have said, although trust but verify, that our town assessor is willing to allow people to opt in. So if Andy, who's a tree hugger, wants to put his food waste out, I can pay the $6 a month on my tax bill, whereas Pascal, who hates nonprofit and trees.
It's nonprofits.
And I hate trees.
Sure. Seem like a.
tree
Wait,
hugger.
No, I know you love, everybody loves trees.
I'm sorry, I know I was in charge. I was in charge.
So, but anyway, I want to let you know that that is sort of a ripening project, which hasn't actually gotten ready for the big reveal yet as far as the terms and so on. I'm just concerned because I know that it would take a long time to grow out to universal participation, like curbside container recycling now is basically, and it kind of raises the question, probably this happened to the village when curbside recycling came on board 20, 30 years ago, whatever it was, where, you get a carting contract, serves everybody, and only like maybe 10% of the residents are actually using it, and it feels like a big waste. They just drive around for nothing. So how do you transition into what will be ultimately a universally accepted program over time?
Have you checked with other villages? I know there's like a few in Westchester that do.
There's a couple of strong players in Westchester. Rockland Green, they are the experts on this, and they've done a lot of research, and they're excited about promoting it and so on. And I will say, we got every Wednesday, I get the weight report from our food waste haul on Wednesday mornings. And this past Wednesday, we did like 0.71 tons, which is our second highest tally ever over the last 2 years. There's a little graphic, there's a little chart on our website, which I update every week. That shows how much we've taken in. And people are definitely using it. The mayor of Upper Nyack asked us as a favor if she got some food waste toters, if we would drive by and pick them up. And I said yes to that, because there's a back and forth between our DPW and their, they borrow each other's tools and do each other's
Nice
things.
to play nice. I like that.
It's a nice thing.
Let's say I hate other municipalities.
So there's a little bit of sort of evolution happening on that front.
Okay. I'd love to see the memo when you get it. It sounds interesting.
I think
I did read your memo. I did read it.
Oh, that's right. We need to get on to the memos anyways.
Are you gonna bring up the subject of dogs?
Oh, dogs. That was on my notes. So that was actually under new business, which I wrote in here, which is trustee Carlin wanted to make sure that this board is aware that the kid zone is a dog-free zone. It's not just dogs on a leash, it's no dogs. Just like a street fair is legally no dogs, even though some people bring their dogs anyway. The kid zone is a no dog zone,
Okay.
and we'll attempt to enforce
I
that.
wanted to just reiterate it, which we do have signage. Kids, concentration of kids and dogs.
Bad idea. Yeah,
Bad idea.
I agree.
So I just wanted to make sure.
And hot dogs.
Hot dog.
Yeah,
or
hot dog. There are hot dogs.
Hot dog, yes, but not
Discriminating
That's
against
hot
cold
dog.
dogs.
No furry dogs.
Non-hot dogs are not welcome.
I do have are you done?
Yes.
Okay, I have a quick question, something I brought up at the last meeting to see if you or anybody on this board gave thought to, which is thinking about summer hours being that we're at the end of June for the departments that would be able to partake in it.
I'll say the same thing I said before. I'm not a big fan. It's this village board can direct us to do that. And I will tell everybody they can leave an hour early. And then I will deal with the fallout, which will be, Tom has a 24/7 operation over there. It's not easy for him.
Okay, I'm glad
To-
that Tom's here because I'll trust Tom with this. So I brought up the fact of summer hours for the departments that can partake. Unfortunately, it sounds like your department is not one because it's a 24-hour operation.
They try to equalize the time. It can be difficult because of the shift rotation.
Okay, right, but what I'm bringing this, up, and I know even when I work corporately or whatever, it's unfortunately, it does not, everyone can't partake in it, and it's nothing personal. But I feel like the ones that can partake in it, I just want to put it out there. If there's proper coverage, if it's worked out, so, no one's getting 3 hours, they know that they have to come in earlier and do something else.
So I guess the departments, the water department, DPW, parking, will be the ones who wouldn't be able to, oh, 5 more?
No, I'm sorry, Joe was asking a question though.
Sorry.
Sorry.
It would be water department, DPW and parking. Those are the ones who I guess would have more, and building department, would they struggle more to be part of a summer Fridays? Do I have that right, or?
We haven't done it before, so I haven't sort of mapped out all the ripple effects. But Village Hall administratively, it's fairly easy for us to close an hour early.
Right.
Um,
So who is it not easy for? That's what
it's less easy for a water department where
Mm-hmm.
they have a shift schedule, which is more interlocking.
Mhm.
And parking goes till 7 o'clock. If we want to have coverage, we gotta have the guys out there, you
Yeah.
know? So,
So how much are we talking about?
so,
Employees would actually take advantage of it.
What, I just would
Well,
like to see.
I mean, what we
us
can
try
do if we want to just pay people to, when they're not there, like you could say, listen, parking's only gonna work till 6, but we're gonna pay you till 7. We're not gonna have coverage between 6 and 7. Enjoy your time off. Like,
Well,
the contract already provides for vacation days, sick days, personal days, and overtime. But what the board is considering right now is basically just adding to those benefits,
well,
a
no.
paid time off that's,
Okay, so I'm not seeing it that way, but you might know more, you're the administrator. I am saying that the people exactly that are able to participate in it, that want to do it, then they know that, okay, I'm supposed to be there at 9, but I have to be in there by 8. It's not giving any.
oh, so you're saying start early, end early.
Well, I guess it's like an
It's
hour
not
of flex hour,
giving,
right?
we're not giving more money to the employees. The people that can partake in it know that they have to get in an hour early.
Yes, that I've not heard you say that we shift the workday earlier in the day.
Well, yeah, well, that's how summer hours work corporately.
Okay, so I thought you meant just leave early, like,
Yeah, 'cause like,
No.
well, cause
that's why I'm,
I thought so too, cause I've done like summer Fridays at other jobs.
Well, I've
where-
done
Usually
it.
it's like a-
Yeah, it's just like a couple hours early.
Well,
but it's on
some
a
do that, but the
rotation.
other people come in early
Oh. so
and they
leave
wanna
early.
do that to leave early. It's not like giving, what they're
So,
getting.
Essentially,
On
whatever that,
Friday is leaving early, but they
yeah,
made
whatever,
up that time, like an hour
Somewhere
a
else.
day somewhere else.
I mean, don't they already do that though?
Would that?
No, we work
complicated
till 5
to
o'clock.
administer?
sorry, Joe, what'd you say?
Would that be complicated to administer? In
Well,
terms of
I'm
like,
throwing it out there. I've lived it and I just wanna know because, and the reason I even brought it up, I didn't realize it's gonna be such a thing. Is because I feel like I've been in the office working before. I've been in those jobs. And it's the summertime. The summertime, we only have a couple months of summertime. So if people are like, it gets early, it's light early. So I'll cut up, I'll come in at 8 o'clock for a couple of days, because I know on Friday I'm leaving early and I could start my weekend early. It's just a little incentive for people that can do that. I'm sorry that that's not your department, but for the people that could do that, it's just saying, it makes people feel good.
Yeah.
All right, can I
No,
ask this?
just so you know, the DPW is on summer hours every summer. They come in early and they leave early.
Mhm.
It doesn't change the total amount of work time they have. They just adjust it towards earlier in the morning.
Well,
All right, can I suggest, I don't even know if it's up, I mean, is it possible, if what she's talking about is just a time shift? That employees can say, I'd like to start an hour earlier and leave an hour earlier. I would say that maybe we try it with the provision that I'd like the building to stay open until 5, so like someone's gotta stay, like not everybody can do it.
No.
It has to rotate around. And they can work that out themselves. And I don't think it's much to administer. It's just people are gonna now clock in at 8 instead of 9 and clock out at 4 instead of 5.
Yeah, for Village Hall, for office workers, I think it's a lot easier. When you're running a DPW team, you need everybody to show up at the same time, get their boots and hats, and it's sort of the same thing.
Hold on, when the idea was that people are just taking off early, it's different than if they're
Right.
just time shifting, because every department has different hours, as you said. They have different hours at the water department than they do generally, and the parking guys have different start times and different end times. So I think it's what she's asking for is not a tremendous change. We didn't understand that it was, I didn't understand that it meant also starting earlier.
Yeah,
That's a different thing. It's just basically giving people the ability to be able to shift their time as long as we're maintaining that
And
the
being
the building is open, that we're still open till 5, but if people want to work out with their colleagues that they're gonna do a shifted schedule.
And like I said, for Village Hall, which is office jobs, that's.
So that's all we can really offer. That's all we can really offer. The other,
And I,
It raises equity issues.
I think it comes down to whether you're essential personnel and non-essential personnel, because if we look at it that way, I can
Yes.
tell
Yeah,
you that it just
non-essential.
affects
Mhm.
4 people right now as my operators, but my distribution crew, they're 7 in the morning till 3:30, so that adjustment can be made. It's pretty much the operators because they did a rotating shift. And again, we've worked around it. It's just that we need to know kind of in advance when these things are happening, because we're planning things, and then it just really throws us into turmoil.
Because
People feel they're not having equitable distribution.
Tom, do you go to summer hours with your distribution crew? No, so they work 7:30 to 3:30 year round.
Yeah, now again, I'm not opposed to shifting anything, but as long as it's not against the CBA and it's not gonna raise a problem and it's not attached to, hey, I want personal time off now to make this even longer. It just, as long as they
But
understand,
you could switch to 6:30 to 2:30 if your crew.
I'm not opposed to that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that either. That's what the DPW does.
As long as we have, I'm not opposed to it either, as long as we have, like Joe said, coverage
yeah.
at the window.
Always.
I mean,
At Village Hall and in the
Yeah.
building department.
But I mean, I guess that's the whole point of Summer Fridays is that it's like running a skeleton crew. There's still someone always there manning the desk, but
Right.
it's like a few, like, like if
Well, there's.
you wanted to do
skillets too.
this, you wanted to take
We're
off this
all in the
Friday, but I'll
office,
take
we
off
would
2
have-
Fridays from now, or like something like that. It is supposed to be like a rotating
Can
thing.
we just at least try it to see if it's something that will work out? I'm just looking.
And you can do this, you don't need our resolution to do this, I don't think it's a change in the CBA, I think right now, everybody, we set the hours for people based on the needs of the department, people work. I think their agreement covers the hours they work, it doesn't necessarily dictate the time that they work.
I could check, but I don't think the union is gonna. I mean, office workers are relatively easy. Tom's distribution crew is relatively easy, as long as they're all starting at the same time and ending at the same time. Parking has.
Let's talk about this. The fact is, if anyone's really gonna complain, because Trish gets to come in at 8 and leave at 4 for 3 Fridays of the summer when she's not opposite somebody else, if anyone's gonna make a big stink out of that, they can give me a call and say, I think this is really unfair. No one's gonna do it. We're not saying every weekend. We're not saying every Friday. We're not saying anybody gets 1 minute less of work than they're supposed to do. We're just saying if people want to work out an arrangement where they're leaving early, as long as there's coverage, that you would then allow. That's all. Is that fair?
I think that's fair.
Is that
Yes,
something that
yeah,
Ken's what you
yes, I
want?
just.
And you have the authority to implement that.
Yeah, and all I was saying is that this group is very focused on Village Hall, which I understand. That's just the easy part. And I'll work it out with the water department, and the DPW is already doing it, and I'll figure out what the parking guys can do to make them feel like they're not getting left out.
If it's not practical for the type of work that people do, then it's not practical.
Yeah,
That's fine.
and I do want to emphasize, I mean, we know Matt, we know Jonathan, like Tom. If you guys if there is a big issue,
Then let's say so.
don't hesitate to say something.
Yeah.
Don't hesitate to say something. Cause then the book we can revalue, but yeah.
It's just like.
I mean,
try it.
So you're looking for everyday
No.
shifting schedule or just Fridays?
Yeah, just for like the 8 weeks of summer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
July
I
and
come in
August.
early, the few
Yeah.
days, and then, they'll figure who leaves that 1 o'clock or whatever time it is,
August
2 or 3 on a Friday.
Gotcha.
That's all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you all
All right,
Appreciate it.
for hearing me.
okay,
Parking permit,
we
park
did your
fees?
department, and we're gonna talk about the parking permit stuff.
Let's talk about
Okay.
our fees.
Let's do it.
Anything you want to highlight from the report,
From which
from
report?
your memo on
Park
the
fees.
park, on park fees?
Oh, parks. Okay, I thought you said parking. Um,
Oh, it's
All right, so I'll just highlight, the basic idea is, we don't right now charge for the time it takes for administrative processing.
Mhm.
We don't charge for situations where, sometimes when there's a street closure, we don't charge, we do charge for street closure cost, don't we?
so street closures, we charge for DPW labor,
We don't charge for parking beforehand with the pre-work that has to be done.
right?
All right,
A lot of
let's-
work goes
let's
into street closures.
given, let's separate two different things. Let's talk about street closures and stuff like that separately, less because we've had the thing that's been coming up that we've had a lot of issues with. Is the park permits.
Right,
Talk about just park permits, we'll leave for another time to focus on
Okay.
street closures.
Sure.
So park permits, the idea is that people use the park. They use administrative resources, and given the recent circumstances, we would like actually to start charging people to use the park. So that we can put somebody, if we want to, we have money to be able to staff somebody on overtime to manage and make sure that they abide by park rules. So the idea would be that if you want to use the park, because we recently put in the requirement for a security deposit, if you want to use the park, there's a fee, a security deposit, and proof of insurance. That's if you want to use the park for more than 10 people. We all agree to that.
Yes.
Wait, I'm sorry.
If you want to use the park,
Yes.
3 things,
Oh, yeah.
a fee,
Yes.
security deposit, proof of insurance.
Yes. Yes. Sorry. Yes.
All right, the other point, and so we have to determine just the level of the fee and the amount of the security deposit. And then the second thing is, we have to, I think, just a first come, first served. If you get the time, I think we have a policy against multiple events at the same time in the park. And that if you were the first person to get your deposit in, you got the first shot at it. And you have to make the deposit, for the fee before you get the permit. We get the fee before the permit gets considered.
so just in terms of workflow, until this board approves an event, I don't do the work of collecting a deposit or collecting insurance, so it
So
just,
you don't even want to do the other one.
Yeah, I think that's.
yeah, just because
All right, well, as soon as they
otherwise,
get their, so it's then it's application, when they get the application,
Right.
that's the first come, first served.
the application is your foot in the door. The costs, one of the things this board has talked about isn't just sort of the administrative cost of the permits, and Linda and I going back and forth and talking to people like Mr. Graham about the ins and outs of park use, and that it's also the staffing for monitoring during an event. And that's a piece that I think you've been talking a lot about, and I agree that in certain cases, maybe not all cases, it's important to have that. I think that we all agree that we don't have enough of it. But I'm not sure that every single permitted event really requires an assigned staff person.
That's what I said before, we would, at our determination, our discretion,
Right.
we have the ability to put somebody in place because we got money.
So I think some kind of guidance, and that would be.
I think
maybe-
that's your decision.
I think you got an administrative sort of processing fee, and then you got a staffing fee if you want to have staff down
I
there.
think we have one fee, and how you determine the fee is up to you. I'm not gonna say, have somebody come to us and say, well, you didn't have a staffer there, so I want that fee back. No, we get one fee, there's an amount, you have discretion to decide how you want to allocate it. It doesn't have to bear, we can charge $1,000 if we want. Doesn't have to be like, well, we got 3 hours of the clerk's time and that's this amount of money. We charge what we charge. It's a license to use the park. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
it's just that the events are in very different here, like Nikki Hines is talking about, sort of an all-day festival type of event where I might want to have someone down there picking up trash. You know, for,
That's your discretion. That's what I'm saying.
yeah. But in terms of the labor part, it's very directly related. Like, if I know it's 5 hours, I know it's 5 times $50.
So,
This,
I don't, we have one fee per event. That's the fee. We base it on if they're a resident or non-resident. It's $150 or $250 or whatever it is. And then some fees will get more money than it costs us. Some fees will get less. Some events will get less because they take more work. If we want to make it based on, you know, right now we have a distinction of what, 10 people? 10 people, they just get a permit from in? Or is it
Right.
10? So above 10, up to 50, we have to approve anything over 10, we have to approve it.
Up to 40.
Up to 40. What happens
yeah,
after 40?
well, technically, you've given us the administrative
Up to
authority
20
to
or 20.
approve events less than 40
Oh,
people.
less than
But
40.
I still bring them to you,
Then you need a permit, 40, you have to come to us.
Yeah.
40.
over.
All right.
but
So-
I still bring you the less than 40s.
Yeah,
Yes,
but,
we do.
and that's usually like a quick thumbs up for the most part.
No, it's literally like what we did.
Yeah, like, what we do, yeah,
But
yeah.
then how they can just.
I guess my question for you is it better to determine staffing when they come before us? Like, as we're having, like, similar to with Mr. Graham, as we're having the discussion, is that when you want to bring up parking? I mean, not parking, having a staffer, or are you just wanting to deal with that on your own?
I mean, what Joe suggested is we don't talk about that. We just set a fee schedule
Yes.
for events.
Can I make a plea for that?
Sure.
So that we know, because I literally do not want us to have conversations
About whether or not to have a staff.
about, oh, how many
Okay.
staff, Andy, how many do we need? All right, well,
Okay.
oh, no, I
That's
think
fair.
we need 2 people. That's what I don't wanna have.
I'm cool with
That's
that.
what I wanna
Yeah,
say.
I'm
We
good
can
with
set the
that,
fee
yeah.
enough that we cover the average cost. Some we will take
Yeah.
we will take a loss on, some we will make a profit on, but it'll all even out if we set the fee at a
That's
certain
right.
rate. Right now, we charge nothing. So anything we get is gonna be a positive for
Right.
purposes of our.
So my next question,
So what fee do you want to have?
well, my question.
Joe is something.
Oh. I just had a quick question, because I see what you wrote in your memo. So you put down like the 75 for like the permit application for groups over 50. And then the security deposit as 250, as 250 for groups over 50. My question is, for the 75, is that non-refundable? And then the
Yes,
security deposit is refundable?
yes.
Okay, that's all I want to know. Go ahead, Joe. I'm sorry.
Those are just numbers I was throwing out there to try to advance the topic,
I
but
mean, I don't actually hate that, because at least, or what we've been doing for groups over 50, at least what we did today was what, 150?
yeah, we've been going with 150 for the security deposit.
So you're saying you wanna take a fee when they make the permit? Cause I suggested that, you said, no, I don't right now take fees until you approve it. But your memo says you wanna take a fee when they make the application. That's refundable if we don't approve it.
Well, no, I mean, once we do the
Um,
approval, then you get the security deposit, then you
No,
put
but
down the security deposit.
I think
All right, I'm just saying.
it's a timing question, but
Okay.
I'm happy either way. I mean, it just,
I'm just saying, I said one thing, you said no, and your memo says the thing I said.
No,
So let me,
the intent of the memo wasn't to specify the exact timing of the fee, but just to say there would be a fee.
Yes.
But that,
no, please, go ahead. Okay, so just to be clear, 0 to 9 people, no permit required,
right,
no fees.
People hanging out in the park.
People hanging in the park. From 10 to 40 people. And then there's 40 to
Unlimited.
whatever. Okay, so here's what I suggest. So I'll call that tier 1 up to a 40 and tier 2, 40 and above. So both cases, a refundable security deposit of $250. That's it. Okay, application, permit application fee, non-refundable, $75. And for groups up to 40 people, a $200 fee. To groups 40 and above, $300.
I lost track of what are we using the 75 for?
The application.
The application.
Okay.
I would suggest that we do not have an application fee, simply because that's more administration, and also people are gonna, when you're saying it is refundable or not refundable, I think.
Not
what you think.
refundable.
No.
Then we're gonna get,
Deposit is refundable, the admin fee
So
from
people-
processing is non.
I think I wouldn't charge them an admin fee unless their event was actually approved by this board. Cause then.
well,
it's
of course you would. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, should we make that part, I'm not. I
That
think
that
we
was
keep
my
it.
suggestion, that's all.
And just a suggestion.
I think much of what he said, I think we stick with, I think the point is keep it as simple
As
as possible. Base it on bright line rules. For under 10, we're not even talking about them. From 10 to 40, you have the ability to be able to approve them. Are you saying you just don't do that anyway?
Do what?
You don't approve them without, if it's 20 people, you always come to us.
So I bring them to you.
All right, well then just eliminate the 0 to 4, eliminate the.
Yeah, I
The
honestly
40
feel like the only
distinction.
people, yeah.
Everybody comes to us anyway.
Mo-
You're bringing everything to us anyway, so why have?
I mean, not everyone, but I typically do that. But sometimes there's a problem. We don't have a meeting for a long
Right,
time.
then you shoot
I
us
circulate an
you
email,
send us
then we do it
message.
administratively.
All right,
I would say, in order to keep it simple, 50 and up is because that's really where we draw the real line in general.
50 people.
Was that the 50 people and up? I think that is where I'd rather see security deposit and admin fee. For everything under that, I'm not really gonna go nuts over it, and that's just me. Because also I do, and I will say, I don't hate nonprofits, so I will can't my earlier statement about nonprofits, only because and thinking about it, we do have a lot of people who are indigent folks who do use the park for just all types of things. And sometimes they have 40 people, and I don't want to beg someone over the head for like having a birthday party.
Let me just clarify.
That's what I would add.
Let me just clarify my suggestion,
Yes.
okay? Forget about the $75 permit
Yeah,
application.
that's fine, that's fine.
Up to 40 people. This is for
Yeah, fine.
for-profit, private groups,
Yes.
okay? 200 and 300 above 40. Nonprofits, we can waive that fee, but the security deposit, non-refundable, sorry, refundable security deposit in all cases. So we allow the nonprofits.
All right, can we talk about, let's talk about the two things separately. Let's talk about the structure of it first and then the amount of money. First, the amount of money, it could be anything, you charge whatever we want.
I agree with you.
The structure of it, I think that the idea of having one fee for 0 to 40, another fee for 50 plus or 40 plus is, I think, fine.
That makes
She has
sense.
said to put it at 0 for 0 to 40.
I wouldn't do that.
I mean,
I
okay.
wouldn't do that either.
No, me either.
I would have it be lower.
Right.
I would also, quite honestly, I would make the fee, whatever we set it for, I would make it lower for a NAC resident. They're
Yeah,
paying
I didn't think,
taxes.
yes,
Right.
fair enough. I didn't think
A
about.
NAC resident
Right,
or a
yes.
business located in
Right,
NAC, or
yes,
nonprofit
okay.
located in NAC. It
Perfect.
would be
Okay,
low.
oh, yeah,
So I would set it up with,
that's right.
so we did a little matrix here, right? So we have a matrix, so under 10, they don't need anything. 10 to 40 and then 40 plus
Mhm.
that
What was this document?
so non-resident and resident, we just have to set what the, and all of these would require a security deposit of either 125 or 250, depending on the size of the group. How about that? Because we don't need that. If it's under 40 people, we don't need a security
That's
deposit.
fair, that's fair.
Right, so for 10 to 40, we want to say 125 and then 250 for 40 plus.
Yep, that sounds
That's
great.
fair.
As the fee.
Yeah.
As the,
As
as the,
security.
That's the
as the deposit, that was deposit.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Refundable deposit.
Deposit.
And we actually, we can do the same thing as for the fee.
Okay.
125, 250, and that's for the non-resident. And then we can just have that for the residents?
Yeah. I'm down for
75
that.
and 125.
That works. I'm
I'm okay with that, yeah.
And that's
Got,
like easy.
Yeah, it makes it easier, yeah.
And then I would make a second category, which is we do 40 plus. I think anything over 100 people, we have to, it's
Anything over 100 people?
anything over 100 people.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
We're on board.
Well, then it's like we determine it on an
Yeah,
ad hoc
yeah,
basis,
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, no, for sure.
right?
All right, so for,
You said, what was the rest of it?
And
Ad hoc
security,
basis.
security,
Well, then we was
125.
trying, if it's a special event over 100, we're gonna raise the fees.
250 and 250.
what about for residents?
75 and 125.
Agreed.
Okay. Do we do a public hearing on this?
No, it's just resolution.
Yeah.
I just feel
But it's
like,
Nonprofit.
No, resolution.
There's no nonprofit exemption. Everybody has to pay, you pay
Oh.
120, you pay 125 under 40, 250 over 40 for both the security deposit and the fee. But the fee is half of that, so the fee is 75
Two
and
separate fees. The
security deposit is not a fee, security deposit is a deposit.
Okay, deposit.
So the deposit is 125 and 250, no matter where you're from.
Okay,
But if you're from Nyack, the fee is 75 for 10 to 40, 150 above 40. If you're a non-resident, it's 125 and 250.
That's
I
fair.
know it goes
So you get a
without saying,
50% discount if you're a resident, you're paying taxes.
whenever we get this on a resolution, I get this impression that there's gonna be a lot of people who, once it's all enacted and if no one comes to the meeting, they're gonna be like, I can't believe this
So we
happened.
advertise it.
Yeah, so let's just make sure that it's well advertised so that people know that this is what we're doing.
The justification is we
We
want
have a lot of
someone on
people who support
site.
it. No,
We
I
want
think it's a
people,
fair
we have over
justification.
40 people, we need somebody there, even under 40 people, it's gonna be 25 or 30
Yeah,
people,
yeah.
who want someone on site. To be able to
Yes.
monitor that they're adhering to park rules,
No,
like
that's
not
fair.
going into the tunnels and everybody will shut up.
I think, right, all the more
Right.
reason for it to be well advertised,
Well,
because I don't think anyone would disagree with it. But you know, people are gonna be like, oh, I didn't know I had to pay all this, so that's more my reasoning, so I
I
don't.
should remind everybody that the fine for not getting a permit and using the park is up to $1,000.
Correct.
Yep, love that.
Love it.
And we should,
Like it.
we should enforce that. Okay, I know that in the past.
We've been enforcing it in the mornings,
It's
we have.
not been enforced,
Yeah,
but we need to start enforcing.
Then let's put that in the resolution.
Yeah,
First offense, 500, second offense, 1,000.
love it.
no, I'm
do that?
cool with it, I just want, yeah, that's.
It's fine,
Yeah,
right?
it's-
Dennis.
Jen is not listening.
Poor guy. Dennis, we okay with for the, just setting, can we change the fee for not having a permit using the park? It's up to 1,000.
It's not the code book,
It is in the code.
It's in the
It's
code.
$1,000, it's up to $1,000.
have to be a local.
If we wanna change it to, no, we don't wanna raise it, we just wanna make it
No.
500.
Is what you're changing, Andy, is what they're changing the verbiage in the code?
If,
Or does it say this, the fee shall be set by resolution of the board of trustees? Cause that's not changing.
Alright, then we have to look at the
I mean,
resolution.
we're gonna have to talk about it.
We have to look
But
at it.
right now, I'm assuming that you can set a park use fee through resolution. But that the fine for violating park rules is in our
Yeah, that's.
general code. And you
But
can't
up to
change,
1,000.
yeah, but you can't change that without a,
Alright, well, we're not changing, we're saying it's still up to 1,000,
Yeah.
but we're telling you that we'd like it to be $500 for the first offense, but zero warnings. People who violate the law, $500.
So. my next
Then
question-
actually, let's make the first offense is $250, which is the cost of a permit. They have to pay for the permit retroactively. Second offense, 500, third offense,
Yeah.
$1,000.
Even better.
but just, I mean,
That's just.
there's some
Discretion.
That is.
listen, there's
Exercise discretion.
there's some work that needs to take place to make this work.
That's-
Like right now,
It says it.
Yeah, but we're not, we won't put this in the resolution. I'm saying to whoever it is that enforces the law, could you enforce the law? Because right now we've not been enforcing it. We'd like to start enforcing it. We'd like to enforce it with
Three
the,
people in court this morning, I'm pretty sure it was three, at least two, on trespassing in the park and.
that's
they
not a
paid-
permit, that's not a permit violation.
Okay, but they paid $275 each, the maximum was 1,000, and I give everyone, the same plea deal. So I'm not sure where you wanna put this first offense, second offense, how does the person issuing the ticket going to know how many prior
Well,
convictions?
then give a $1,000 ticket. Then just give everybody $1,000 ticket and then you can plea bargain with that.
that is what exists, right? Cause this is when a police officer,
And you have the discretion,
You
you always,
still have to give me your executive suggestion.
our executive suggestion,
Prosecutor,
yes.
that you would like me to be more aggressive with the fines in certain contexts, we can have that
We'd like to issue
discussion.
tickets.
It's
and
not
we'd like to-
now, we can have that conversation, and I'll be more assertive and a little more,
Well, you're not the one who issues the ticket. We haven't been issuing tickets.
But the tickets,
We gotta
unless
issue
it's a
tickets.
parking ticket, it's not like, there's no fine. You get a ticket for violating one of our codes, like a park provision. You just get an appearance ticket
From the
to
police.
hearing in front of Judge Noble. You have violated section 250-7 or whatever it is, 200, I think it's chapter 250
it is,
of the village code. You appear in court, then you talk to me. And if you don't accept my plea offer, then you go in front of Judge Noble and it sets it for a trial.
All right, fair enough.
Okay,
All right, then shift it back. We're enough with the warnings. We've been very generous with people. It took time. They didn't have a permit requirement for a while. I think that we need to be able to say from now on, people who violated, that we catch them. We can't always catch them because we don't always, I mean, this summer we're gonna have a ranger in the park. They can call the police if they see an unlicensed activity going on,
Sure.
or we're gonna issue tickets. We're gonna ask the police to issue tickets to enforce the rule. Is that the
Absolutely.
sense of the board? Yep.
Yep.
Sense the board enforce the rule. All right, good. Good. All right, for everybody. So that's everybody. Anybody, I don't know who they are.
So can we talk a little bit about this list of usual events? So we can have the conversation now about which ones, when they ask for a fee waiver, you're gonna,
No fee waivers,
zero fee waivers.
unless it's a village event.
Unless it's village sponsored, i.e.
Sponsored
the
event.
African American Day, Veterans Day Parade, the things, Penguin Plunge.
American plunge, I mean, we, all right, we're gonna delineate, this is the only thing I would do.
I think it's necessary.
I think that,
Yeah, no.
I mean, we know, but the ones that are done with, and with organ, that we're involved in it.
I just want you
So-
to just look at it. So page 7 has this village sponsored events. There's like 8 of them. And besides those, most of the other ones. And this list is a little bit old and it's not for this year, it's for past years,
Yeah,
but it gives you a sense of what's happening, the different kinds of things. And as you look at it, if there are any, if you have a concern about wanting to waive fees, let's just talk about that. If you're happy with no fee waivers, I'm fine with that too.
Before the board, for all of these events, not on page 7, all the other events. You have to come before the board for permit, right?
Yes,
So.
they're all permit events. These are all permits that were issued. So Easter egg hunt, No Kings Rally, Yoga Fest, Hopper, people painting on the upper lawn.
I think honestly, to keep it simple, village sponsored events, no fee, everybody else, you guys
Okay.
decide.
I mean,
Because then everyone's gonna come
Lex,
for.
the question is, the Penguin Plunge is not really village sponsored.
it is
Right.
village sponsored.
I mean, but what makes it village sponsored?
The fact that we don't charge them for DPW runaround in order to support it.
There's an exercise discretion in determining whether something is village sponsored.
No, it's not though. These are the ones that are sponsored, like the others are not. Like
Honestly, like.
every other one where we need to have DPW
July
support.
fireworks?
That's definitely village sponsored.
Yeah.
It's on the.
I mean, I do see what you mean by Penguin Pledge, because everything else, yes, very much village sponsored.
July fireworks is on the, I see, it's on.
Right,
Yeah.
it's listed quite.
On both.
I mean,
Okay.
there was something else happening.
So I'm gonna just read out loud, and anyone stops me if they think any of these are village sponsored events. Grand Fondo, Lighthouse Swim, Penguin Plunge, that's on the list. July fireworks, it's on the list. Hometown Heroes, that's on the list, I assume.
Yeah.
No Kings Rally, Easter egg hunt at Memorial Park, I would think about that one. Modern Druid event, Yoga Fest, Abigail Hammond Wedding, Niagara Arts and Crafts Walk, I would think about that one.
Yep.
Hopper Outdoor Art, Music on the Hudson Concerts, I would think about that one.
Yep.
I think that shouldn't that,
Oh.
They're-
yeah,
are listed on both
it's-
places?
Well,
we
technically,
do
it's the
sponsor
park
that.
commission,
Parks,
but
no, but we
we established the park.
that
we
we usually
established
sponsor
that.
that.
Yeah. We also
We don't
established.
charge,
the park
we
commission.
technically, they've never come to us for permits, have they?
I get a permit from them
Okay.
because I want their insurance.
All right, various church and music events, Hezekiah Easter Square, volleyball, Memorial Park, basketball tournament, Memorial Park, flag football group, every town for gun safety, moms demand action. Cooler for Karma, church music community event, Phoenix Festival, Congregation Sons of Israel, Sermon by the River, YMCA basketball program. That might be a rec program. Is that a rec program, the basketball?
Yeah,
Um,
and technically. we
If it's a
funded
rec
it.
program,
We were funding it.
we funded.
We still funding it.
Yes, this is just,
Birthday party for children, no. Wedding ceremony, no. Church music community event, no. Rivertown Film showing, no, it's a private event. Church gospel concert. I don't remember we've had that.
Yeah, it's, yeah.
Music for toddlers, gazebo, Memorial Park sessions, birthday party children, rockin' moms and babies, high school drama club picnic, birthday party, FIFA event with Jenna, that was a
We are
village sponsored
technically
event.
sponsored.
Porch Fest, no. Memorial Day Parade, yes.
Mhm.
African American Day Parade, yes.
Right.
Fire Department professing, yes. Halloween Parade,
Yep.
well, it's not the park, but yes.
No.
I guess they use the park for stage.
Chamber.
Back to school barbecue, is that village sponsored?
No.
No.
It's NAACP.
South San Sobro, no. Six
yeah, we've
Spring
never
Fest,
charged back to school barbecue for anything.
Dancing in
We
the
don't-
streets,
Well,
Akata,
that's sponsoring,
Is not
in my
charging.
book, is defined
yeah, that's
as,
the school we're
I don't
sponsoring.
charge you for
It's
DPW
sponsored,
run around.
we're not charging for stuff.
Oh,
I ask you for
okay.
insurance.
Cause then, because if we're sponsoring, if we're paying for it, then technically it's different from the things that we charge for.
Okay.
But we have to have a distinct line of these are the events that.
Yeah, I think that's
are.
fair.
Dancing in the Streets, Akata Street Fair, Pride Promenade. Have we, did we charge them for the street closure for that?
I thought that was a village,
For
right?
Pride,
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
we
Oh,
charge them for the street closure?
Yeah.
oh, okay.
For the
But not for
DPW,
the parade,
for the DPW labor for the street closure, they
but
get.
not for the parade. We don't charge them on the parade.
Well, they use the same space.
Well, it's the same
Well, it's-
thing.
We can charge them for the
Thing.
parade.
Yes.
We charge the Pride, but we don't charge
Yeah.
African American Day.
Well, because we
We
don't.
don't charge the fire department, we charge Pride.
Cause Pride
what I'm-
has to close, Pride is essentially a street fair with like,
Because it turns into a street fair after.
Yeah,
because we have to close like a dozen intersections.
Yeah.
We're also temporary street closure
Yeah.
for the other parades.
All right, Pride Block Party. That's not a sponsored American Car Show. That's not sponsored. Akata Street Fair, Chamber Street Fair, Exotic Car Night. Jazz Fest, September Fest Street Fair, Blocktoberfest, Akata Street Fair, Esprit de Stop Broadway. Cars and Coffee Drive-In Movie. The drive-in movie already,
Is that
that was a
us?
chamber event.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
The
we
Hopeway
didn't charge
Talk-
for that. That was donated.
We didn't charge. We did charge.
We spent a lot of time on it
I
and did
know
not
we
get paid.
We didn't get paid. So
Oh,
that
we
was
did.
technically, that was a one-time event.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pope Wade Fashion Show, Block Party Summit, Block Party Field and Forage. Oh, is that the
What's
That's-
that?
flower market.
flower markets, which are not sponsored events.
Mhm.
Holiday tree lighting,
We do
legal-
sponsor.
Do we do the holiday tree light?
Don't we?
holiday tree light, no, we don't.
We don't sponsor it.
We do?
But
Oh,
the
you do?
chamber, we pay for the tree
Yeah,
though.
We
have
don't
the
charge
tree
them any money. We do some run around on it.
Yes, it is.
All right, that's one of ours.
Yeah.
We don't charge them for a permit for it.
No,
And
I mean, you
Field
could
and
if you wanted
Forage,
to.
now, you don't have on here the farmer's market. Farmer's market's village sponsored. We do not
Yes.
charge them, we give them free space.
that's true.
And they are not.
So add that, that's the add, so to the village sponsored events, add the farmer's market. Add the flower market, it's the same thing, we do not charge them for using the.
But that's
we
the
think of
Field
those
and
public
Forage.
services, that's Field and Forage, yeah, so
Okay.
that's the holiday tree lighting. The menorah lighting, which is not here.
Excuse me.
Any other event in Easter Square that relates to the holidays. In order to be completely fair, we can't charge for that either, if they put together a Kwanzaa event or if there's any sort of other religious ceremony that involves lighting up something for the holidays. Then I would add back to school barbecue because we pay for that.
Yeah, that's on there.
That was on your list.
It's on the, it's
Sponsored
not on the
events.
It's on
village
the-
sponsored list. On the-
It's on the, no, it is there. It's on the last one on the list. Okay, so it's already there.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Halloween parade is that, the problem is this thing goes over 2 pages, so okay, Halloween.
Yeah,
parade
you're
is
right.
good.
I left.
The fire department is
Oh,
definitely
no,
there.
it's there, yeah.
African American Day parade's there.
Mhm.
The FIFA event is village sponsored, right?
Yeah.
That's not gonna be every year.
Yeah.
No.
No, I'm
No.
charging them for the DPW labor.
Okay, Memorial Day parade, was that on our list? Memorial Day's
Yes.
on there. Well, let's add-
We're not, that we're taking that off, right? The pendant plunge? Or
Well, I think we can leave, I think if we don't.
We do it every year.
Yeah.
We should leave it on.
We have to add rec league, any rec league activity is village sponsored,
Of course.
all right? And then. Penguin Punch, we talked about fireworks are there, Hometown Heroes is there, I assume. 9/11.
Yes, it is there.
Yeah.
On the next page.
Now, the only thing is we charge the arts and crafts walk, but they had to get a permit, they're gonna have to pay for it. Okay,
Yeah, it's a
that's
street
fair.
closure.
That's fair, and Music on the Hudson, that's one of ours, that's our,
Yes,
for our event.
Wait,
All right, so now the total of village sponsored events for which a permit is not required, as they currently exist. Penguin Plunge, Memorial Day Parade, African American Day Parade, Fire Department Memorial Procession, July Fireworks, 9/11 event, Halloween Parade, Back to School Barbecue, Farmers Market, Flower Market, Holiday Tree Lighting, Menorah Lighting, any other holiday lighting, rec league activities and Music on the Hudson.
Is that 13?
That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Alright,
Is that clear? Good?
Yeah.
So then we can add them, we can always add more stuff to it, but those are the ones that do not need a permit. There are events that
Just to be clear,
we do not charge them for a permit.
we don't charge them for DPW labor. That's the main cost. We need to have the permits because we need to be able to coordinate and know who the heck is in
Fine.
charge.
Permits,
Yes.
permits, yes, but no fee for the permits.
Okay,
We waive the fee for these events, for the
Right.
village sponsored events, we waive the fee.
right.
And then they have to make clear that it's a village sponsored event, we do that. But sometimes they don't.
and what about people who like, say Porsche Fest was like, hey, I want to be a village sponsored event.
It's a.
The answer is no.
Yes, that's it.
You're doing a private
Because he
event.
came here before, actually.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Well, there's two Porch Fests, and neither of them are the sponsor. Neither of them are sponsored. They can be village coordinated, but without being village sponsored. That's the thing.
I'm cool with that.
Like, put a really good example is, I mean, Arts and Crafts Walk, I worked with Louise, setting that up and deciding how we very much directed her that we didn't want her closing streets for it. We wanted her to do it in public spaces and then create a path that people would walk by businesses. So we worked with her on it, but it wasn't village sponsored because she did get a permit. We didn't charge her because we weren't charging then, but we could charge now for it.
No, no, it's cool.
All right.
Feel better
No,
about
wait,
it.
hey, hold on, Sam. Just so I understand. The whole discussion we had earlier, not just now, was about permits for memorial parks.
Yes.
So now we're talking about charging for permits according to if it's not really sponsored.
If the only exempt events that do not have to pay for permits are village sponsored.
Sponsored.
Because we don't want to have a situation where we're waiving the fees for people based on anything other than objective bright line criteria. So this account, listen, someone wants to go do Pat Carroll for Assembly rally down in Memorial Park, that's a permanent event, that has to be permanent. That's okay, right?
Yeah.
Come on, I'm looking at him.
Waiving the fee for that?
No, I'm saying we're not waiving.
No,
We're charging everybody.
Yes.
If we're not doing it, there's no viewpoint discrimination. If they wanted,
It's time, place and matter,
if Bill Weber wants to do one,
it's
or,
fine.
you know, Mike Lawler wants to do one, he pays. If Kate Conley wants to do one, she pays. Everybody pays. We don't make exceptions based on viewpoint or anything. So that's, yes, it's gonna mean something like if someone wants to do a political rally, they have to pay.
Oh, yeah, oh, no, I'm not worried
Okay.
about that. I'm sorry, I had a whole nother question.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry.
I'm not worried about that. Listen, that paid piper, it isn't it? Are we making any special distinction for weddings?
For what?
Weddings.
Weddings, why?
No, I'm just in
that's
general,
okay,
because I
too.
know a lot of people are starting to ask us to get married down at the park, so I wasn't sure if we wanted
No.
to make a.
And the fee is the fee.
The fee is the fee.
Like if this fee was in place, this guy would be paying, he could be giving us a check for $500.
That's come I said to him, we get.
$250,
Yeah.
$250 and $250.
Okay.
All good.
And then you get $250 back if you didn't
Right.
mess up the park.
He's real lucky.
Awesome, okay.
But he
Any more
became
questions?
very flexible too.
I know.
Yes, well.
All right, is there anything else? So just to make sure we got it, that we're all
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah.
Under 10, we don't have to do anything.
Yes.
10 to 40, the fee is 125
Incidents.
and 250 for, it's 125 or 125 for non-residents, 75 for residents.
Yes.
Everybody pays 125 for the security deposit. And then over 40, it's 250 for non-residents,
Mhm.
125 for residents, but everybody pays the 250 security deposit.
Correct.
And has to get proof of insurance.
Yes.
That's the policy that we'll put in place at the next meeting.
Do we like it?
Andy, is that good?
Something to consider,
Okay.
um,
I felt you thinking over there.
by, item 5A, little I. Right now with street closures, was
Nothing on the
street-
street budget today.
Amendment.
okay, this is street fair related.
Okay.
Okay, let's do this, let's do that next time,
Okay,
because it's 9:20, we're doing 2 hours and 20 minutes.
all
And
right.
you and I were we were at the other thing for an hour and a half. So we'll do street fairs a different, and we'll talk about that at the next meeting, or if you have a suggestion for street fairs, let's.
Just to
circulate
plant, just to plant the seed.
Okay,
Our work for the street fairs, which do pay DPW a cost, and they provide insurance. And under this, they'll also have a application fee.
no, I wonder what, What application fee? There's no application. We haven't talked about application fees. Village board did not pass an application fee.
I'm sorry, event,
Event fee.
Event fee.
Fee for use of park usage fee.
but does that apply to street fairs? And like street closure events, special
Right now,
events?
all we talked about is park permits. That's all we talked about. The entire time we've been here, we talked about park permits and nothing else.
You
We
wanna talk
also-
about
we
street.
did talk about street fairs parenthetically,
Yeah,
because we started talking about the pride thing.
We talked about that. We were talking about what's the
Yeah,
sponsor
the
of
concept
that.
of-
Yeah.
That would not pay for fees of
So-
any kind.
Okay.
I mean, I'm happy to talk about the.
I see what you're, see your point on this, cause I'm looking at it, it does, I get what you're saying, cause sometimes you have to tow. And ticket people and get people out of the streets to actually make sure the street is closed.
Yeah.
Is that why you're looking to charge a fee?
What would be ideal with street fairs is if the labor, not just during the event, but to put up hundreds of signs
Sure, we should be charging for that all.
were included
Okay,
in that. But right now, the village code is very clear on what I can charge for, which is DPW labor during the event,
Oh, so that would have to be changed in the code.
which means
in
it's
my
public
understanding,
hearing.
yeah.
So come again, just repeat that again, so I understand.
Street fairs, we can charge them for DPW security costs during the event, not for parking enforcement during the event. Because the logic there is that parking is earning its way because they're finding things to write. But the preparation time, which involves signage a couple days ahead of time, a lot of runaround, is uncompensated.
Don't we also have like a $20 or $10 charge per booth that gets paid
Yes,
by the street fairs?
yes,
Is pursuant to a separate agreement.
yes.
Can we just amend the separate agreements to just now, they're also gonna pay for the pre-clearance? Without having to do it, it's a private agreement, a condition of getting a permit. We don't have to put in the code.
Hmm.
We can charge you for anything we want. We can charge you for my time and having talked about it at
This
meetings.
would be right.
But they're getting,
This should be charged for anybody who takes my time up in meetings, but I gotta talk.
someone is getting $10 per booth.
Just, I'd feel much better if there was a meter on.
I think it's,
well, Senate, Senate.
I get shot, I can punch a clock every time I have to pick up the mic.
Okay, here we go.
So, yeah. But can we talk about this,
So could we leave off here and be with a fresh mind, and this is
Street
what
closures.
the street
Right,
closure,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
Andy, we could speak to him and we can,
But we have an idea of what you're asking for.
and we'll start thinking about it.
All right,
we got the park permit fees.
Well, I think we did
Yes.
really
That's great.
good.
Now, going forward, but we have to have a resolution, right? Going
Yes,
forward after the resolution, it's clear cut and there's no end to it.
it's all
Right.
right line rule,
Right,
no
much
exceptions.
appreciated. Thank you for that.
thank you.
There's gonna be a lot of 39-person events is what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm gonna have to look at
That's all
that.
right, it happens. All right, we've covered everything, new business, was there anything new business? You mentioned something before. That you were putting on.
It was his kid zone dog free.
Free.
We were
Yeah,
talking
right.
about that, all right,
We need to take a vote about that, or we're just gonna reiterate the?
that's fine.
No, we don't need to vote, it's
We
gonna
don't need to
happen.
vote on everything, some stuff he just does.
It's just gonna happen.
Walk free zone.
There's one thing I'd like to say though, before we leave, because we're about to leave.
Yeah,
I'd just like to congratulate this gentleman next to me for being our nominee.
that's
Democrat-
political, that's not.
Oh, sorry. I apologize, everybody out in my village. I'm sorry.
Let's just say congratulations, thanks to everybody for voting on Tuesday.
Thanks, yes. for
Voting is a
everybody
bipartisan
voting
activity,
out,
so everybody,
yes.
I appreciate everybody voting, because voting is very important. I appreciate some people voting more than other people, but I appreciate everybody voting.
Yeah.
just so we're clear, so we're skipping youth recreation memo for tonight. Since we technically already
Yes.
voted
We already
Leah.
voted so loud,
Yeah, it's to get a fresh mind.
No, okay, but I think we've talked about it. We have to-
Yeah, no, I just wanna make sure for the record.
Okay, and that's it.
That's it.
That's it. I'll
I'm
entertain a
sorry.
motion.
No.
Any public
Do you
comment?
have something you want to say about it?
Anything else?
Nothing right now. Nothing right
All
now.
right.
Executive session,
No executive session, do we?
do we need one?
No, do we need one?
I mean, yeah,
Well, I have something I
you
want.
have been sticking around for a while, I'm assuming that's
Yeah,
why.
yeah. In and out.
In and out.
What is the general topic?
In and out. It's the state of the Nyack water system.
Oh, you.
A legal matter. It is a legal matter.
Was it a personnel
Well,
issue?
it was, no, it's not. It was addressing what Joe's concern was about being updated and being informed of things. So
Okay.
I wanted to share certain things with the board, but I can do it a different way.
Well, it's a legal matter. You're like,
If it's a legal matter, we take an executive session.
right.
All right,
So,
wanna do it now?
First,
we have to get
out of this.
yeah, I got it.
We gotta turn off the camera. All right, we're gonna
Yes.
go into
Wait.
executive session. When we come out of executive session, we will take no action other than to entertain a motion to adjourn.
Okay.
So